And then that big, what's that word? Is it Big B Demigod? Yeah, that's a, god damn, I didn't realize. That's my friend Carly, my coworker Carly, that's her wife.
Oh,
and
cool.
So, and the B is for booty, so she big booty demigod. She told me about that shit. I was like, you big freak. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. She like, sometimes. And so,
That's good.
yeah, if she comes on today, then I'm going to shout out her company. She has a, she has Shea Sweets, so she makes all these different desserts and things. She also makes these, like, every week she does, like, different plates that you can get.
Oh, cool.
Like,
yeah.
like one week she had, like, all these different wings, like, you know, jerk chicken, like, fucking lemon purple, you know what I'm saying? Give you a lot of those with fries, and then she made these, like, cheesecake ice cream cones, like cheesecake cones. You know what I'm saying? Like, she made the cones herself and the cheesecake filling.
Yeah.
Super sweet shit.
Like a waffle cone?
Yeah, you know, but like drizzled with white chocolate on the outside of the cone. Like,
shit.
she does work, man. And so she does most of her advertising through Facebook. And I love the way that she markets her shit. Like, she always puts like, you feel this? So I'm making some of these little sponge cakes.
Oh, yeah. Make a little tart.
I'm trying to see if I can find this. Beautiful my dress on. That chicken? Laced in gold, dude? Lacing it with gold? What the hell? Gold beef chicken? Why you got... What? You know, yeah, she does that also.
Oh, Lime's here. What's up, Lime? We're starting
we're
now.
Lime.
Starting
Oh,
now.
we're already...
Yeah, we're already live.
You know? All right, well...
Well, you wanted to shout it out.
Yeah, for real, dude. Shay Fraser, man. Shay Fraser, she's a killer. What up, Moth and Wolf?
Hello.
Yo.
Lot of
Always
people
late,
in the
but worth the
house
wait.
Right now.
Yeah, so I think the lighting looks better. What about y'all?
Yeah, let us know.
Huh?
Yeah. We fixed our lighting. We have a new camera.
Yeah.
Making improvements. Hello, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Welcome.
everybody.
I'm Trey.
And I'm Phil.
This week, I want to be clear about this. We're talking about the bubble.
The
not
bubble?
Not
bubble,
any bubble.
Not bubble.
God,
Okay,
that's
a
soon.
different thing that's going to be on Netflix.
It's also
but it's
not
the
Bubble Boy.
Bubble.
We're not talking about Bubble Boy. I watched
No,
Bubble
not,
Boy.
Not Bubble. Oh,
I was a bubble boy.
You were
At one point.
really? You were a Bubble
Yeah,
Boy?
I was, man. I was really bad asthmatic as a kid.
Oh.
And so, yeah, man, I had to be in like oxygen tents, and I'd have to go to the hospital all the time. Yeah. At one point, I was the bubble boy.
Did you
It
have
was
that haircut
odd.
though? 'Cause,
Nah,
whew,
dude, I had a fade.
whew.
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? I had a fade.
I mean, he was trying to have a fade, but it
Yeah,
didn't
he was just fading.
He was just
He was just,
fading.
he was just fading, you know. And so, yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah,
Thank
what
you.
do
It looks good.
Yeah. Cool.
Did you have a thing?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Oh no, that was the thing.
that was the thing.
That was the thing.
Okay.
It's bubble, not. It's the bubble, not bubble.
Not to be confused. I think you have
It's
to be
a
like
different thing.
Netflix is
'Cause
the
that was the
bubble.
thing.
Yeah, really.
Because
Right.
you had suggested that we do this.
I didn't
the
suggest
bubble.
this.
Oh well.
I said that I watched
You
it,
said
and
you
you were like,
watched it.
"We should do this next week," because I was
Oh.
hoping that this doesn't
Well,
count as my pick.
That's
Because I was like,
that's why is because I thought you were talking about Bubble,
"Oh no, that's not out."
and then
That's why
I
you
got
said
to
I'm gonna
Netflix.
watch that
I was like, I'm
tonight.
watching that
That's why
tonight.
you sounded so
Yeah.
hype about it. Because
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if he's real excited
I
about
didn't know
this,
what
but I
I
don't know
was
if he should
getting
be that
into.
excited.
I was expecting something completely different.
Oh
Okay,
man! Oh,
okay,
the
that's funny.
disappointment
I
had
was
to be.
expecting the good one.
Oh.
Aw.
That makes
So
so
that's
much
my
more
bad.
sense. I've been pondering that this entire
So-
time.
So you've burned your pick then. Is what
Apparently,
we're
yeah.
saying.
Right. I'm
You
just like,
burned-
dude, why
Sorry,
is he so
y'all
excited?
gonna have to wait a few more weeks for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, man, because I've been thinking about it all week. I'm like, man, I hope this doesn't count as my pick because I didn't
Yeah.
pick this shit. I just said that I watched it. And then this guy's like, we should do that next week. I'm like,
I thought it was something else.
That's great.
Well,
All right.
it's been watched now.
Yeah, yeah,
did
yeah.
that.
There's no going back now.
No. Can't unwatch it, Scott.
But you can forget it.
You can. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. So what have you guys been up to this week?
Man, I am trying to get these last couple achievements on Elden Ring.
Yeah.
The only
For that
thing I have
platinum?
to do is beat it 2 more times.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm at the boss for New Game Plus again, at the final boss again.
Okay, so you're like blowing through it now that you've.
Until I hit this wall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because New Game Plus end boss is some bullshit. It's some fucking bullshit.
So, I mean, how do they make it more difficult?
Oh, it's just, I mean, it's the same that they usually do. They crank up the fucking damage and his health.
He's a sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not. It's
So
not,
the AI
it's
doesn't
not too
change.
bad. He's a little bit more aggressive, but not by much.
Does he have any new patterns or anything?
No.
Okay.
It was already bullshit the first time. I just was overpowered enough that I could go in and roll on him, and
Right,
now
okay.
I am not. And I don't know that I really want to invest the time in grinding enough to do it. But it also makes me think that to get the third ending, I'm just gonna have to start another character because New Game Plus 2 it's gonna be stupid.
Right.
It's already getting fucking stupid. So.
What was the name of that boss that you were having crazy trouble with? He was like one of the hardest bosses in the game.
Are you talking about the Valkyrie, the Melania fight?
No, throw names at me. Give me some boss names.
Who was I having a whole bunch of trouble with?
And you're like, he's a bag of dicks. I think you and Robbie were both talking about
Rykard?
him. Rykard. No, that doesn't sound right.
Rykard was fucked up.
The guy who, like, in his second phase, he, like, basically turns into a comet that bombs the fuck out of the
Radon.
Radon.
Yeah,
Did
dude.
you see that?
I ate
The
him to
cheese strap for that?
No. What?
Yeah, there's a cheese strap for that, dude.
Yeah?
Where it's like you can basically attack him down to half health
Okay.
and then go to the edge of the platform because you fight him in the water, right?
Yeah.
Go to the edge of the platform and he'll turn to a fireball and he'll plummet down into the water and kill himself.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Yeah, like you can skip that whole half of the fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta try that.
Yeah, I saw that shit. I'm
That's
like,
satisfying
whoa, that's
right there.
cold. You know,
Fuck, man.
That's good.
that's cold.
Missed the landing, buddy.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
stick that. You gotta
It's
stick
funny.
it.
It's funny in Souls
Man.
games when you find workarounds like that. Because
Yeah.
wasn't there? I was watching an old like speedrun video where the dude like he unequipped all of his weapon and armor, and it was that big
You
like
talking about
demon.
ceaseless?
Yeah, the big
Oh my
demon
God.
that comes out of the lava, and the dude just
Well-
runs up and just punches his fist real quick, and he falls into the
Dude,
lava.
seriously. So first off, I have to address that. That demon's called Ceaseless Discharge, okay?
Wow.
Just
Let's-
chew on that for a
okay.
There you
second.
go.
I don't want to chew on it.
Ceaseless Discharge.
I'm not chewing on that.
I've
sir.
never heard a better name ever. Okay, I'm gonna name my next metal band Ceaseless
Ceaseless
Discharge.
That's good.
Okay.
No.
But yeah, he does that thing where he comes in and he like power fists on the ground, and this motherfucker's huge.
Yeah.
Like, he's like I don't know, King Kong size. I guess that's a
Yeah.
good way to And but yeah, he does that and he's like stuck on the edge and dude unequipped all of his armor and went peep 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 and then he just fell off the edge and that was it.
It was great.
And that was fucking it.
Yeah, it was great.
And they never patched it or anything. They just let it. let it
No,
rot?
it's just there. Yeah,
I love it.
think they like broke shit like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they want to see people completely molest
Well,
the
I
game.
think Elden is one of the first times that you'll see From Software like trying to rebalance
Yeah.
stuff. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah,
I think that might
it
be
is.
due to the sheer popularity of the game.
Mhm. It's massive because I mean they're having trouble patching some of the shit out.
Yeah.
You know, they're buffing certain things and nerfing other things. I don't understand why they're nerfing shit that doesn't have anything to do with multiplayer though.
Yeah.
That still doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the veil they kind of run these things through the guys
Yeah.
of. Like, they're just like, well, we want to balance out the multiplayer experience, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, are you really doing that? Or
Yeah, but like your
are you just taking away the
summons,
fun?
you can't summon in multiplayer.
Right.
So there's no reason for them to nerf them.
But it's about invasion.
you still can't use them in Invasion.
Well, I mean, that's fact. But I
Yeah.
think that's what they're aiming for, is to make it so that if you get invaded, then
Yeah.
somebody won't just... Even though we got invaded the other day, I was playing, and this dude just basically... I don't know what spell he was using, but it was like a sacrifice, like, detonation. So he just ran in. We were at the Church of Ella, and I have a friend that just started playing the game, so we're just talking about it. And we instantly get invaded.
Yeah.
And the dude just charges in and just blows himself up along with all of us. And that was just it. You know?
He's
That
like,
was-
kamikaze!
Yeah, dude, that was it, dude. I'm just like, wow, dude, that's just... It's kind of rude.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
You're just trying to ruin people's day.
Yeah. That's what a lot of these people invading do. What up with that Will Smith invader guy?
Oh, yeah.
He's coming
Running around
in,
slapping people.
slapping folks.
And leaving. That's it. Invades, slaps, leaves.
He doesn't yell at you before he leaves. Keep my summon sign out your fucking mouth.
Keep my pearl banger out your fucking mouth.
Damn.
Yeah. I talked to you guys about this. I downloaded Weird West. I still got to actually play it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to play it, and then I didn't.
Right on.
Happens.
It's going to take some time.
I know. That's
Yeah.
well. That's the thing. I was looking at it, and I was looking in the Xbox menu, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna take hours for me to get to a stopping point. I know. I can already see it. You know, I know it's gonna have a hard sequence at the beginning that I'm gonna have to sit through. You know,
Right.
I know it.
And
I
then
just don't have the
figuring out
investment.
your gameplay style
Yeah.
through that game is going to be really interesting.
Does it work like twin stick?
Yeah.
Because that's the way it looked. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it reads.
Yeah.
But you can also do like stealth. I think stealth is very, very prevalent.
Cool.
You
Yeah.
can also apparently do pacifist runs and just go through without killing anybody. So,
Really?
yeah. I mean, that's the whole like joy and appeal of Weird West is it's very open ended.
I also installed Death's Door. I haven't
I
tried
love
that
that
one out
game.
either.
I love that game so much.
I gotta get through it. See the pothead.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna love that game.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Gotta get your.
Get that dude. That
Get
guy's,
this-
that guy's clap was so good.
Nice.
That's all you get. A fucking golf clap.
Yeah.
That's
Like, you want a reward?
Yeah.
Hey, good job.
Good job.
That's so good.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Scoot?
Let's see. Couple of things actually. Started this week rewatching Made in Abyss.
Oh, yeah.
'cause I just got super hyped that the second season was announced and was just like, shit, I need to watch this again. Ended up blasting through all of it on Saturday or Sunday. And then was just like, man, I really should read the manga. Let's go, go find the manga.
Oh,
So I
tell
got
him
that.
what you found in your
Yeah,
manga.
so the guy
Awesome.
who sold it to me, sold me in the first volume. There's a post-it note over a picture of Rico getting strung up, and there's a post-it note that said "censor, lolly warning." And I was like, at first I was just like, this is bullshit. And like, what is it? Like, really, this is all you're gonna censor? I know what happens.
Yeah.
Like, there's some fucked up shit that happens
Yeah.
in this show. But this is where you're gonna draw the line. And at first I was just kind of like, but then I was just like, wait, this guy doesn't know me, and he didn't know who he was selling it to.
Right.
Somebody could get triggered for this. I
Yeah.
respect that, you know. And then it was just funny. It's just like, oh, I wonder if I find more of these. Like, I wonder if I'll find more of these.
before we
I
go
really want to
forward,
know what this guy
What
deems
was
worth
under?
censor.
What was under the censor tab?
There's a scene. It's a relatively infamous scene. It got a lot of flack whenever the show originally came out. Of Rico, one of the main characters. She's kind of a troublemaker. And there's a scene where she gets strung up naked.
So she is actually naked under the post-it
Yeah,
note.
but I mean, you can't see anything.
Okay, see, that's
It's
what I was
like-
curious
yeah,
about. So,
no, you can't actually see anything.
is she like just wearing like a bra? Is that
No.
what
She's
was
got-
he
the
covering
hair is
up?
Covered.
Her hair.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I mean, again, I understand
that's
where people
kind of
get-
worse.
Yeah, I see.
You know?
I see. I
You think
see
this
where,
is provocative
like-
to me?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's gotta
I
be
get
covered
it.
up.
I get
you
it.
know,
I get it.
I
I'm
lose
just-
my mind whenever
I'm just
I see
thinking
that.
of all the other shit that happens, and it's just like you're gonna censor this, but not this.
I'm surprised you didn't thumb through just to see if there were any more.
I
notes.
did.
Have you found anything
not
else?
Not in the first volume. I haven't thumbed through any of the other ones.
It makes you wonder, like, who was the guy that you bought it from? Like,
that's what
it's
it
like,
immediately
what-
sparked my curiosity. I was just like, who is this guy?
Yeah, like, did his mom make him like cover that up? You know,
no,
mom's like,
well,
oh,
he may have
what's
just
that
been-
smut
he
that
may
you're
have
reading
just
there,
trying
Billy?
to be a very considerate seller of things.
He's like,
you know?
well, I
Like,
just
I
bought
can-
Berserk. I also bought an entire block
Yeah.
of Post-it notes.
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
can-
back.
I can
has he-
respect that.
Exactly. Has he sold things before and then all of a sudden got a strike
Potentially, yeah,
because it's like,
because
oh, well, that's
people didn't
pornographic
know what they were
material.
yeah, people didn't know what they were buying.
I don't know.
I
I feel
wonder,
like
man.
this guy's just providing his own service here that he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
know
it's
if
fine.
anybody
Oh, well,
actually wants.
You don't want to see that part, but you can read the rest of the story. That's weird.
Censor.
You know?
Yeah,
Don't get triggered by the manga.
yeah. You know, well,
Wow. Okay. That's
That's
very
funny.
Yeah,
That's
they-
pretty
I
funny.
thought
That's
it was hilarious.
considerate.
Wait, so
Yeah,
how many
exactly.
how many issues did you buy or
7.
paper? Oh, is that all of it?
No,
Like,
no,
fellas,
there's at
fellas.
least up to 10, but I
Yo.
think fellas. I think they're at least up to 10 in Japan. I don't know if all of them have been localized yet. I think
Okay.
they're only localized up to 7.
Yeah.
But with this second season coming out, I'm really hoping they start localizing the rest of them. You know, but I'm trying to get through it before
I didn't
the
realize
second.
they were that behind.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it takes time.
Yeah,
And,
it
I
do-
don't,
it
and again,
does.
I don't
It
know.
does,
I
you're
don't. Like Made in Abyss is one of those shows that came out. It was like a big thing when it was out, but I don't know how dedicated the fan base is now. You know,
You
'cause
think-
I don't
I
hear
think the people
anybody
who
really
love Man
talk
in Abyss
about it.
still
Yeah.
just
I
love
mean,
it. Love it, love it,
I
but-
think there's plenty of people, but not at the same like capacity that there was when the
Maybe season
first
2
dropped.
will change
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Fingers
Right
crossed,
between
man.
that
I
and
fucking-
between the game,
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a lot.
So
Yep.
Oh yeah, we got that coming for you, baby.
but let's see. Other than that, on the game side of things, started playing Children of Morta.
A
little pixel art kinda
I do know
roguelike.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. That one's really fun. Got a decent little gameplay loop.
Yeah.
I wouldn't compare it directly to Hades, but it does have a like the
It
thing
has
that
an
I really
isometric view and
well, the
everything.
thing that I loved about Hades is that even when you lose, like even if you like die during a run,
You still make
have
progress.
you still make progress. You
Right.
still have something to come back to, and it's kind of doing that same thing, which is
Good.
kind of keeping me interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a fun game, and I was playing that pretty regularly until Thursday when the Chrono Cross remaster
Oh,
came out.
yeah.
Radical Dreamers.
Radical Dreamers edition.
So do you like it so far?
I love it.
Mhm.
It's
Good.
beautiful. It looks so good. And
You're getting there,
what
man.
I really love is that they didn't do too much to the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Like the cutscenes are, I mean they really didn't do too much to anything as far as like graphically. They just kind of
I wonder if
polished,
they
polished
upscaled
up
them.
the.
You know?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen them. So I mean, did they?
They've yeah, to some degree. They really
They
just
look-
kind of polished off the rough edges of the polygons. So like the character and like the monsters look a little smoother.
Oh, I'm talking
Yeah.
about for the cutscenes though. Did they do an upscaler on them, or did they
I
look?
mean, not that I can
Yeah.
necessarily pick up. I mean, I
It
did.
looks like it's
I
just
did a
one-to-one.
side by side, and
Yeah.
there's definitely some changes where it's like a little brighter.
Yeah.
Like it's not as like shrouded in shadow,
Yeah.
you know, as much as the original. But overall, I mean, those cutscenes were already phenomenal.
Well, sure.
You
I
know,
guess
like-
more my point is that them being on a PlayStation 1 disc, you know, they only had so because what that's a 2-disc game, is that right?
Yeah.
Chrono Cross was a 2-disc game.
Yeah.
So they couldn't
any
have been.
FMV they had
Yeah.
was grainy,
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Oh,
That- That's all I'm saying. I wonder if they went back to the original master that they had and then either released it like that or. sent
mean, it
to
I'm
looks
sure
like
just
they-
playing it digitally by
Yeah.
itself makes
Yeah.
it run better.
Absolutely.
You know,
Mhm.
like tremendously.
I mean, they definitely cleaned up a lot of the graininess.
Good.
Mhm.
You
Good.
know,
Yeah.
but other than that, man, I mean, it's just fucking Chrono Cross.
Awesome.
Dove into Radical Dreamers. It is
Yeah.
very much like that visual novel format.
Yeah.
Where it does give you sections where you can make decisions, but it seems like that's mostly for like battles, at least as far as I've played.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
for the most part, it's just a still image and then text on top.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So So.
I remember reading something about them doing like a live version of Radical Dreamers at some point with
Yeah.
some voice actors, and they had them kind of do like a stage play style thing.
that'd be
you
cool.
know?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be down with it.
I don't know.
But yeah.
What about you, Trey?
Trey?
What you been doing?
What have I been doing? Okay, so this was a weird week for me. I went ahead and, after talking to a friend of mine and wanted to play Street Fighter 5, this new patch for that, I started getting frustrated, man. I was getting really frustrated because I only had so much space on my PS5, so I went ahead and got an SSD. So I added another terabyte to
That's why. I saw you, because, I get notifications when you install things.
And I installed the world.
Everything. Yeah, fucking everything.
I installed the world.
Yeah. And then you looked at it and go, do I need the world, though?
Well, I mean, that's the thing, because there are a lot of new things out. So, Slay the Spire, like you were saying, Moth, I played that, went ahead and installed that, check that out.
Nice.
It's really, really fun, really fun, really, really cool if you like, Magic the Gathering style card battles, things of that caliber. Of course, installed like every fighter known to mankind. So Dragon Ball FighterZ is back on the menu. Street Fighter 5 back on the menu. Went ahead and added Soul Calibur. Went ahead and reinstalled GTA 5. Yeah. Got the PS5 upgrade for that. So check that out a little bit, which is clean. It's really, really clean.
Did you have to pay for it?
Yes.
How much was it?
Like $10. Because I already own the game. So
Okay.
I don't care about that, man.
Yeah.
It's like, here's $10. Whatever. Moving on. Went ahead and reinstalled Ghost of Tsushima because I want to play some Legends, have some friends that are going to be playing that. And got Destiny 2, The Witch Queen, which I started playing that last night, and that is tight. Like, I do. I forget how much I like Destiny, Like, I have to pull myself back for a little while. That's what's up. I got 2 other friends that want to play some Legends as well, man, so we can crank up on that. But I started playing Destiny again, and at first, man, I'm sitting there playing, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't even know if I want to go through this. And I think within 20 minutes, I was just like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I forgot. Like, now that I'm actually getting loot again. And
do they start you right off with new story, too?
Yes.
Cool.
Absolutely. They throw you straight on in, so you don't have to worry about, like, trying to get up to speed or whatever. They're just like, we know what you want, and the intro cutscene happens, and then you start the mission, and then you're on Mars. Yeah. And so that was really, really lit. I've been spending a lot of time with KOF 15. Actually, I've been spending more time waiting for Nathan than actually playing the game. He got his paddleboard in.
Does he like his paddleboard?
He likes his paddleboard as much as he's actually used it, because we spend more time talking about using it than actually using it. But, I mean, that does bring an interesting thought process to my mind, man. It's like, there are so many people who believe that, that's some, like, that gives you an advantage. All of a sudden, I have an arcade stick, so I'm better at fighting games. And I'm like, nah,
it's just
like, that's
different.
not,
It's
not
just
how
a
it
different
works,
thing.
right? Exactly. It's like Lord Knight actually put out a video about that the other day. He's like, you can use whatever controller you want for a fighting game, and as long as you're proficient with that and you practice with that, then it'll work out for you. Now,
it's not like keyboard and mouse where there's an obvious advantage.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different. Some people are better with their thumbs.
Yeah.
I'm not. I prefer to, have wrist motion. But we were playing some KOF 15, and I don't think it went like he thought it was going to go.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I got my paddleboard now, bitch. I'm about to fuck you. I'm like, oh, excuse me. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I like this.
You mean that controller you're not used to? Is that what you mean?
Exactly. That thing where your button layout is kind of wonky for you right now. Like, let's go, What you know about a button check? What you know about it? And so, we were doing that. Got into some Dragon Ball FighterZ again because he's never even experienced that game, which is literally Marvel versus Capcom, with the Dragon Ball skin over the top of it, right? And he's a huge Marvel fan, so it's like, okay. I'm like, you've never seen this? Like, you got to see it.
So did he buy that Ultimate version with all
Yes, that thing is down to $10 right now.
And that's got everybody, right?
Yes. It's got well, it doesn't have the very last character because she's not a part of the season's pass. But it has everybody up until Lab Coat. No. Yes, everybody through Roshi. You get Roshi, but you don't get Lab Coat Android 21.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the last one they put out after they said they weren't putting out any more characters.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so she's still, I think, like $4.99, $7.99, somewhere around there. I think she's $4.99.
Yeah.
And then Robbie said he wants to play DOA 6, so I reinstalled Dead or Alive 6.
Wow.
And so
why does he want to play Dead or Alive?
He said because he bought it and he never played it, but it seemed fun. And I'm like, I'm cool with that. That's a great game. It's a really fun game, but it was an odd one for him. He doesn't like 3D fighters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know he doesn't like 3D fighters.
Yeah, so it's really kind of odd.
Yeah.
And so, But no, man, I'm trying to fill this thing up, and I'm like, after installing all those games, I still got 600 gigs to go, and I'm just
Why
like,
don't you reinstall Cyberpunk?
This
See
is
how
beautiful.
this new patch is.
I just don't care.
Man, you're not. No.
No, the problem with that is just how long it would take me to actually get interested. You know,
I tried, man. I really tried.
well, look, I fell off of Tiny Tina's. Moth and Wolf asked, you know, did I fall off of Tiny Tina's? I fell off of Tiny Tina's on day one.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those things.
And
where
I'm
I
hear
did-
people going, "This is the best Gearbox game ever."
Seriously, and people have
Yeah.
that opinion, and I keep trying again and again because
Yeah.
I love Borderlands,
Yeah.
and so, but it's one of those things where will I play it by myself? The answer is absolutely not. But will I play it with friends? Absolutely. You know, like those
Yeah.
things are. Anything can be fun if you're playing with friends. You know, like that's the truth. You know, I always use the example of Two Human. You know, Two Human is not a good game.
Two Humans not at all.
It's not a good game, but playing with a friend,
It was kinda
hey,
fun.
You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of fun. Even if you're roasting the game, it's
Yeah.
still good, man. And so I'm still down to play some Tiny Tinas with you, bro. Like, just let me know whenever you want to get on it. And yeah, I'm down. Yeah, we played on his stream.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And we had a really good time.
Yeah.
You know, but as a Borderlands experience, it's my least favorite Borderlands, and it may be an unpopular opinion, but it's just how I feel about it. And I wondered after we played that night, actually, I went back and played some Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh yeah.
And I wondered
Yeah.
how much of how I feel about Borderlands has to do with the fact that I am coming from playing Horizon, which everything is so vibrant and alive and animated, you know, going from that to this much more straight line experience,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
much more
Yeah.
like for the lack of a better term, drab experience, you
Oh.
know, like, you know, by comparison, I'm like, I wonder how much of that has to do with, you know, my overall opinion on it. But I also don't think that's the case because I put hundreds of hours into Borderlands and I'll do it again, like right now. Like I'll play Borderlands 2 right now. I'll play
Yeah.
Borderlands 3 right now.
Yeah.
But Tiny Tina just. But now I don't have to delete it. So, hey, that's a win
There
for
you go.
everybody. Yeah, man. Yeah, and so yeah, I guess that about sums it up. There's
Yeah.
going to be just a lot of variety
Yeah.
coming from my channel this week. So if you like variety, come and hang out with me because there's going to be
Hell
a
yeah.
lot of variety. You know,
Hell
weirdness. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So just a question with Tiny Tina's, like how do they handle the guns? Because it's not
It's all
guns, right?
You know, it's all guns.
It is.
It's so basically what they've done is they've taken the grenades
Yeah.
and turned those effects into either different spells or different abilities.
Yeah,
Right?
okay,
And
yeah.
instead of giving you, usually in Borderlands, you'll have one character and then there'll be 3 skill trees that they'll have that you can go down you know,
Okay.
each one of the trees
Yeah.
and, you know, give your character a different spec. This one, basically what they've done is taken all of those individual trees and made them into individual characters. So each character
Oh.
has one tree for the most part. Really, they have 2, but then you can cross-class them a little bit later on. So you have 2 classes that you're playing with.
Okay.
But you're still getting guns after guns after
So
guns.
they kind of
after
dumbed
guns.
down the leveling.
In a lot of ways,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Some would say streamlined. But
That's a nice way to put it, right?
right. We're being diplomatic. We gotta be
Right.
diplomatic here. So, yeah, but that's kind of how I feel about the game. Is that
Okay.
It is a little bit dumbed down. But that being stated, it is probably a little bit more friendly to casual play. You
Yeah.
know, which that's a positive.
Yeah.
So that's good for someone. Just maybe not for me. So,
Mm.
no, I haven't seen any vehicles so far, and I found that odd as well because
Ah.
I want to catch a ride, you know, and I haven't seen that at all.
Yeah, that's strange.
So I mean, we'll see. It just feels like something to do to me,
Yeah.
you know, instead of feeling like something like really groundbreaking. Like I feel like it's a missed
Oh, yeah.
opportunity, especially having that whole flair of the D&D environment.
Yeah.
Because I think another strong suit of Borderlands was all the different characters. It's kind of like Arrested Development, right? You know, Arrested Development was phenomenal if you have the entire cast, the entire
Yeah.
ensemble.
Yeah.
But once you get to a position where you only have one aspect,
Oh yeah.
then it starts to lose a
Gets
little bit of that
tired.
charm.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. It's like you want you know Job there with what's his brother's name?
The one with the hook hand.
Yeah, totally.
What the hell is his name?
I want to call him Roger, but it's not that.
Uh-uh.
God damn, what's his fucking name? Anyway, you want like you know all these characters playing off of one another. And when you don't have that, and you have like Tiny Tina herself, but then you have all these like more nondescript. You have the some well-known actors, of course, but then when you have some of the enemy characters, some of them are just kind of boring.
Oh,
some of them just sound like Skeletor. And it's just like it doesn't have that same draw.
Yeah.
So. It is what it is, man. I mean, I suggest playing it if you can get it on sale, but I don't know if I'd pay $70 for it.
I've heard a number of people say that about about Tiny Tina. Like if you don't really like Tiny Tina, you're gonna get fucking.
And she's
tired
my
of
favorite
her.
character.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing.
Yeah.
It's like she's my favorite character, but there is a such thing as just
Too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
right. It's like just balance it out a little bit. But I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not the best thing Gearbox has ever made, though. Huh?
Absolutely not. I think the best part of that game is when it starts up and it goes Gearbox.
You know what I always think of Gearbox for, funny enough, is they did the PC port of Halo.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's how I found out about them. I mean, I think that was the first big thing they did, period.
Yeah, Gearbox is an amazing studio.
Totally, yeah.
I mean, they really, really are.
Didn't they do that, was it Band of Brothers game or something like that? It was like a really cool World War II game that was more like historically accurate than a lot of them. I don't remember which one it was.
I don't know. Never played that.
Oh.
I just feel like Tiny Tina was inexpensive for them to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like they were like, okay, we're going to
we
use our
already have all
Borderlands
this.
2 engine.
Yeah.
And we're
it's
make,
on the 2 engine.
Yeah. It's like, it's because the whole thing takes place right between 2 and 3. And so it's like.
They couldn't put it on the new engine, though?
Well,
like they couldn't.
Maybe it is a new engine, but it
doesn't,
doesn't play like it. It doesn't feel like it.
They regressed.
So it's very, very weird. Now, I understand they're trying to like fit that time and place, but it just feels like a backstep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I'm
totally.
like, I don't know, man. That's a convoluted one for me. I'm gonna keep playing this game, and maybe one day I'll be like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I strongly doubt it. Yeah.
Fucking weird.
Fucking weird, man.
Well, news
jutsu.
First off, we got one that piques my interest because I'm such a shmup fan. We got a Miss Kobayashi.
Is that your interest or is it Scott's interest?
Oh, well, I think
it's both
that's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
With our powers combined.
He cares about the show, and I care about the shmup.
And the character.
I'll play a shmup of anything.
And I'll play. Yeah, I was about to say, and I don't mind shooting shit with these characters.
Totally.
Fuck yeah.
But are you even those characters? Is that what it is?
Yeah, you fly around.
They're flying the ship. They're actually
Mm-hmm.
flying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because they can get up to some hype shit in the show.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so,
all right.
yeah, this isn't just a cute little slice of life, Yuri romance.
I mean,
I
can see them anti-gravity boobies over
there's
there.
some shit.
Like,
like I said, dude, those aren't even the biggest in the shit. Like, those are pretty tame, actually.
What?
Her fucking back hurts.
Yes.
No. Okay, so this just got announced this week. This has actually been in Japan for a while now, and they're going to start localizing it for the West. It should drop this summer, actually. So I've been keeping my eye on this one because it's neat, and I'll take any excuse to fly waifu around and shoot things.
So it looks like one of those situations where you're playing the shmup itself. So for those who don't know what a shmup is, shame on you. But it's basically a shoot 'em up, right? So you're in your ship, top down, scrolling from bottom to top. Enemies come down, you shoot them. Okay, we know how that all works.
Yeah.
But it looks like this whole thing, while you're doing your shooting and getting your spread cannons and your different wave guns, whatever, they're just having banter the whole time.
Oh,
Is that the deal? So,
yeah.
Okay.
That happens in a lot more shmups than.
I was about to say, it happens
yes.
a good bit. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
like Raiden.
Especially licensed.
Oh well, dude, the latest versions of Raiden are like that. Like Raiden 5.
really?
Yeah.
Raiden 5.
Chat at you the
My
whole
God,
fucking time.
dude. Yeah. It reminds me of all the cutscenes from Zone of the Enders. Like that's happening on the sidebars the whole time while you're trying to shoot. And I'm like, am I supposed to fucking not get hit by bullets or read the text over here? What's going on? Yeah. It's a funny presentation, but I mean, they're not going to stop your shooting for cutscenes.
Right.
No. They're not going to.
No, they got to have the cutscenes while you're shooting. Yeah.
I guess having the whole thing voiced is going to be great. So they're going to have, do you know if they have sub and dub?
No other information right now other than that it's going to be being localized for the West and that it's probably going to drop around summer.
Switch, PS4.
So,
Burst
Switch,
forth.
Yeah. Switch,
Burst
PS4.
forth.
Yeah, burst forth.
That's what's going on over there on the right with the cowgirl.
Burst forth.
Those things are bursting forth.
Shorogon breath. Like, what the fuck, man? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
so
burst
that's
forth,
she's
guys.
great
coming this
character. I
year,
love her.
2022.
I will burst forth
You probably will.
into this maiden abyss,
Yeah,
binary star
speaking of
falling into
Maiden
darkness.
Abyss, I love their subtitles, man.
Binary star falling into darkness.
Yeah, the movie's
That's
called
great.
Dawn of the Deep Soul. I love it.
Yeah, very good.
Binary star is
Yeah,
also a
they
phenomenal.
finally
hip-hop
making
group.
a
I'll tell you
game.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised it took them this long.
How long has
Honestly,
Maiden Abyss been out?
Because I mean, it's been quite a few years,
4 maybe.
4 or 5. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. And the game, like the show, like, I mean, it's set up like a video game.
It totally is.
You know,
Yeah.
and I think the guy who wrote the manga actually worked for a video game company. And
Okay,
there's like
that makes a
theory-
lot of sense.
There's a theory
Yeah.
going around that this was a game pitch that didn't get picked up, so he was just like, "Well, fuck it, I'm gonna tell my story anyway."
Right,
You know,
because I mean, they did
so-
say that. I mean, he did write the story for it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it looks like it's a like little third person, little adventure game.
And it's going off of the
yeah.
same story from the.
It's going
from
off the same story. I don't know if you're going to be if the player character is going to actually be Rico. It may be one of these other two.
That makes more
characters,
sense,
you know?
actually.
Well,
that
at
you're
the
just
end of the
another
trailer-
Where
adventurer.
you're just
Yeah.
kind of
Right.
off to the side where the main plot's going on.
Yeah.
And like you're having your own little adventures. What it
Mm-hmm.
looks like from the trailer, but
Yeah.
again, we don't have a lot of information right now. This was just announced.
Yeah, at the end of the trailer, it showed him like basically taking one of the explorers. I guess that's what they are.
Uh-huh.
Cave explorers, whatever they are.
Yeah, Cave Raiders.
Yeah, he took one of the cave raiders and just kind of tossed him like a rag.
Oh, that was
because-
Ozen the Immovable.
You know?
She's bad.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I was
She's
just
real
like,
bad.
ooh, that seems like a rough situation.
Mhm.
Just tosses him over his shoulder.
Yeah,
I was
just-
just like, that's fucking Ozen.
Like
that
this,
makes sense.
This game's got to be difficult, right? Just based
It's
on the
gotta
way
have-
Maiden
yo,
Abyss
yeah.
is. It has to be fucking
Oh, yeah.
difficult.
I don't know.
Because
Never
that
seen it.
shit's
this game feels
oppressive, man.
if this game doesn't fuck on you,
Really?
then,
Yeah.
then it's not adhering to the spirit of the
Yeah.
source material.
I mean, fuck. I remember, like when I was watching, I kept being like, "Yeah, this seems a lot like a Souls game. This seems
Yeah.
a whole bunch
It's
like
very,
it. Like,
it's
oh,
very video game.
Here's a weird new environment, and everything
Uh-huh.
hates me.
Yeah, and Rico is basically, fantasy Mega Man.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Kind
so,
of.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, it's
Or
made
not,
by-
not Rico, Reg.
It's made by who?
by Spike Chunsoft.
Yeah.
Yep.
They did the Steins Gate.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about
Yeah,
that. Mhm.
That's the only thing that I recognized from them. It looked like they did.
Oh,
a
and
couple-
Danganronpa.
Oh, it's
that
those.
explains.
Oh.
That explains a lot.
Them dang gun rompas.
Dang gun rompas.
Yeah, boy. And they have some Conception Plus.
Yeah. Stay away from Conception. It's bad.
I don't know about
On many,
Conception
We were
Plus.
actually just
on
having a
many
conversation about
levels,
this.
It's a bad thing. It's
What
real
the
bad.
fuck is
Don't-
Conception
don't-
Plus?
Look, you don't need this in your life at all. You don't need that in your life. Just stay away. Just stay away from it.
I'm confused.
Don't-
What's
no.
happening?
Hey, Scott, what's Conception Plus about? What's
About
Conception?
some bullshit. You don't need it in your life. You don't need it in your life. You just don't.
Okay.
We can move on.
Okay, that's it. All right.
We can move on.
I am in the dark,
It's safer there.
like Berserk.
Speaking
There's-
of being
hey
in
man,
the dark,
stay under
come
that rock.
on.
It is not.
So-
it's not good up here.
Oh,
So I got things about this
Gotcha.
one because
Yeah.
we don't know if it's over yet. That's the thing. Dark Horse said it's over,
Mm-hmm.
but you
Well,
know
they were-
the
they
rest
were
of the studio has still said the same thing. We don't know what we're doing with this IP moving forward.
Mm.
well,
Well,
I mean,
that's
they can
with
always
the
spin
IP.
off. You know, do something different completely.
Yeah.
You know, just go ahead and close out this overall story and
They
then
could-
do something
And-
else in the future.
And from everything that I'm to understand about the last issue, which is the last one that Miura actually worked on, you know,
Mhm.
it does kind of work as an ending.
Mm.
It's not the ending everybody wants, because everybody wants this big resolution to the main story.
Right.
But apparently there's like a specific chapter in it that just the way that they leave things seems just as much of an ending as
Seems like they.
yeah.
But I mean, the whole thing is, man, like if you don't go ahead and close this out, especially after Miura's passing, then all you're gonna do is end up invoking the ire of hardcore fans over time, right?
Yeah.
And they're just gonna be like, oh well, Miro would have never signed off on this. That it's better to go ahead and close it,
right.
just cap it off, and then do something else in the future. Don't tarnish that body of work. Be like, okay, here's the legacy. It is done, set aside, and now let's move on to do something different with these characters.
And and it should probably just be left alone altogether, to be honest. Like they should just leave Berserk.
Yeah.
So you believe if George R.R. Martin dies, then just like fuck it.
Somebody else shouldn't write the rest of those books. No.
We see what happens when that.
Yeah, like that's
happens. Right.
I mean, they can compile his notes together for what he has of Wins a Winner from the last 10 fucking years. But, yeah, I know. I really don't think that somebody else needs to finish that story. I mean, like in the case of Berserk, if Miura took detailed notes of what he wanted to happen from this to the end, and they have that, I'm okay with them writing off of that because they've been learning his style of art for a long time since Gigantomachia.
Yeah.
Right. He's had this whole group of people that have been learning how to draw just like him, in his style. It's the same way they do Disney artists. They're like, okay, you're gonna learn how to make the Pixar look. Yeah. You're gonna learn how to make
Akira Toriyama.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's not just him making all that. They've learned
a lot
his
of
style.
mangakas have assistants and other people that help them because
and they have to learn exactly.
That's a lot of drawing.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. So if the story's already written, then I want them to continue it. If it's not, though, I don't want them to make some shit up. Not at all. I'd much rather it just get ended, capped right there. But
look at that moonshine.
Well, it's
man.
It's an end of an era, man. I mean, this is like this Berserk's been going for like what they say, like 33 years since 1989.
Pretty much my entire life.
Yeah.
It's crazy shit.
Supposed to be dropping in November.
Rest in peace, man. Yep. That also means there's only going to be, I think, 5 or 6 more of those deluxe volumes, and then that's it.
And you'll have to have them all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm already at 10, so
might as well finish.
I'm gonna get all
have
of
them all. I saw some streamer the other day, and he had like 4 of them, and I started laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, chump.
You better read quicker. I'm actually a couple of them behind because I was going to read them all at the same time or read a chunk of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it kind of sucks when I get to the end of one of those books. It's kind of fucking horrible. I'm like, no! I need more! Oh, man.
Well.
Yeah. It is how it is.
It is what it is, baby.
So how is
of
this?
Newfound adventures. Well, it's not out yet. It comes out on Tuesday.
Oh,
so Tuesday will be the release of patch 6.1 for Final Fantasy 14. I know we haven't talked much 14 lately. I've been on a break. There hasn't really been a lot to report on, but there's about to be a lot to report on. So this is going to be our first major patch since Endwalker dropped. And
finally getting them houses.
Yeah, we get a new housing in Ishgard. Yeah, absolutely. So the firmament is going to be open with the new lottery system, so people don't have to sit there and just click and click and click and click trying to get a home.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool in one way. It's much more fair.
Yeah.
Basically what they're doing is allowing you to express interest in wanting to buy the property, and then you put your money up front. The problem is that if you lose the lottery, then you don't get all of your money back.
What?
So they end up taking a tax, yes. And that tax is pretty significant from what I've seen, especially if you're trying to buy like a mansion. You could say, like, okay, you're going to put in what, like 50, 60 million gil. You might only get 40 million back. And it's like, whoa, like that might hurt, because that's what I'm going for. So me specifically, I'm a little miffed about this because before, if you had already purchased a house, if you'd already gone through Housing Savage, then you're able to just move into a new place if it's available. You just get
Savage.
Yeah, bro. It really is Housing Ultimate. I know people like for real. I know people who click for days.
It's the worst raid I've ever been in.
It is the worst raid. And you can't. It's like you can even like going to pee is harrowing.
Yeah.
Like don't get hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
That sandwich got you fucked up on a house
for
now.
real,
you see
dude.
That?
You're over there trying to click, and you try to take a bite, then all of a sudden you're clicking on the wrong place, and it's like, oh, and the house is bought. And so, but there are going to be new housing wards as well. They kind of put up a conflicting statement about what housing was going to be like, as far as some areas, some wards being first come, first serve, and some wards being lottery based. And then in the same blurb, they were like, everything's going to be lottery based. So I don't know which way it's going to be. So Tuesday morning, I'm just going to be in freak out mode and have to go try and find out for myself. We'll see. So we're adding that. We're going to get our new the Endsinger Extreme trial. So the end battle of Endwalker will get its extreme version, and they said this one is more difficult than most of the extremes.
It's extreme.
Well, but some extremes, after a while, man, if you're on that skill level, there's some weird mechanics to learn, whatever. Yeah. But there was one called, it was King Thornton Extreme. Like that was like the hardest one they ever did, and they're like, he was just waxing folks all the time, and they're like, we're never going to make one this hard again. And so it seems like they might be reneging on that a little bit, and so I'm with it. And so, we got that coming. We've got Tataru's Grand Adventure, so she's going to get her own little side story, so that should be really exciting.
As far as like a quest line? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because it's like at this point, I guess we can talk about Endwalker, but at the end of it, basically, she just starts a business. We'll just say
cool.
That,
okay.
And she wants to start her own little empire.
Yeah.
And so we're going to help her start her empire. And
hell yeah.
I'm excited because, I speculate we're going to end up going toe-to-toe with Rona, which means nothing to you guys.
Nope.
But for those of you who know, dude, that should be exciting. You know what I'm saying? Rona's going to be like, don't come up in my market. And Tataru's like, I'm the G. You know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with me. And so we've got that. We've got some new beast tribes on the way. We've got a new original raid series. So this one won't be a crossover. This would actually be just something fresh that they've written for us.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really exciting. We're actually going to end up facing the 14, the gods, and finding out more about who they are, or the 12. I'm sorry, the 12. So we'll find out exactly who they actually are, and that should be really exciting. Then they're also bringing back the Garo collaboration event.
I saw that.
Yeah, which is huge. There's it's a PvP focused event where Garo, do you know Garo? It's a Japanese TV show. It's not Sentai, but there's another name for it. Basically, where they use a lot of special effects. Do you know?
No,
the bubble?
No, it's Sujin. What would you say?
The bubble?
Yes.
Tokusatsu?
Yeah, that's the name of it. So Tokusatsu, not the fucking bubble.
Not the bubble.
Not yet, Jesus Christ. But yes, and so there are tons of great armor sets in there and mounts. And this originally ran a few years ago, and nobody. Well, that was before the big boom happened in Final Fantasy 14.
You mean the bubble?
So all these people, yes, the bubble. And so all these people have been wanting to get this gear and get these mounts, and so they're actually bringing that collaboration back as well.
Okay.
So once 6.1 hits, there's going to be a lot to do in a lot of different directions, man. And so, but that comes on Tuesday. The new Ultimate's coming. The new Unreal trial is coming, which is basically them taking an old extreme trial and scaling it up to the new highest item level.
Ooh.
Right? So for all those people who've been going back whopping that shit, being like, oh man, this was easy. It's like, nah. Let me show you how hard it was when it was fresh.
Oh.
Right? And then you go back in there and you're like, oh, this was some bullshit.
Ooh,
Okay. And so that should be really exciting as well. So there's a lot of fuel coming to 14. So we got new content.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Exciting.
Unreal trial.
For sure.
Yeah, this is great. Who
This
wants
is
to
cool.
return to Monkey Island?
Ooh, me.
I do.
Me.
I do.
I do.
I do. That's huge.
Man, I'm
That's
telling
great.
you, dude. Yeah. This is something I wasn't expecting at all. I mean, these kind of games aren't as popular as they once were, so I could definitely see this kind of shit being, pushed under the radar, but it's kind of amazing to me. We get a new Shadowgate, we get a new Monkey Island,
Well, these are
We've
all a lot
been
of
making
games
Sam and Max games for quite a number of years.
Well, they were all games that were really prominent and prevalent in the PC market.
Right.
Right? And so these things never really played very well in the console market.
Yeah.
And so seeing this, like being like, okay, well, hey, PS4, PS5, here's what's happening. Monkey Island, bitches, what you want?
With Ron Gilbert, the
Yeah.
original
Yeah.
writer, so it's still going to have that wacky-ass humor.
Yes.
which is awesome.
And
you know,
that
you said
music-
you played the remake of Day of the Tentacle.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was
Yes.
solid.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
as
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And so, but that means who else but Tim Schafer? Is
Tim
not-
Schafer.
He's not returning for this.
No,
one, which
he's
is
not.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That is definitely a loss.
Because what he's doing, the what's that other company called?
Double Fine.
Double Fine.
Double
That's
Fine.
it. Yeah, I was thinking of the guy
And
with the
so-
2 heads.
Yeah,
the logo.
yeah, totally. I see it. I
Yeah.
see it. And so, but I was really hoping for that because this is actually going to be Lucasfilms.
Yeah.
Mixed with I miss LucasArts, but Lucasfilms working together with Devolver Digital.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bless them, two stews. And so, but I really was hoping that Double Fine would also collaborate.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Mhm.
because that
I could
is
see them
part of
getting
that
roped
quirk.
up into all this, though. I could see it. You know,
some
it just
point.
might
If it's
take a little bit
successful.
more
Yeah.
coaxing with Tim Schafer, since Tim Schafer's got his own shit going on.
Right.
I think they'd have to prove that this is successful first to get him involved in it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It just seems like he'd be on board.
Yeah.
That-
I
I
don't know.
mean,
Maybe
that
there's
was-
some
that was
bad
kind of
blood
odd.
between the two of them. Maybe
That's
that's
a
the,
possibility
you know?
as well. You know,
'Cause who
Or
knows
maybe
what
Ron
happened
Gilbert,
back then.
because Devolver said that they've been working on this for the past 2 years.
Oh,
and so yeah,
shit.
they're like, dude,
Yeah.
this has been the hardest secret to keep for 2
Oh,
years.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I have
imagine.
no idea how difficult
Yeah.
it's been to actually just keep this under wraps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Monkey Island.
Yeah.
You know, like
And we've only seen a little bit of it, but like the little screenshots and a couple of things we've seen, like
we've seen that
the,
intro trailer.
the intro
Intro
trailer, and all that.
is
It's
sick.
got so much fucking charm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's exactly what you'd want out of a Monkey Island sequel. Like it, yeah. I'm still wondering though, is it point and click? I'm
We'll
still
see.
wondering that.
We'll see. Probably not.
Yeah,
Looking at the way that trailer played, it looked like it would not be.
because we're better at contextual controls nowadays,
Right.
You know, so having a character that's walking across the screen and then having whatever come up as different options and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It seems
Yeah.
like that's the way they'd handle it.
I
Rather than,
would expect
you know.
something more along the lines, not to the degree of course, but
Yeah.
of like After Party,
Oh,
or
yeah.
maybe like
Oh, yeah, After
even
Party,
somewhere
yeah.
between After Party and Psychonauts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Somewhere
yeah,
between
yeah.
About to
like
say.
that happy
Mhm.
medium, right?
Mhm.
And so,
Psychonauts.
But
Like
I
a
still
Zack
don't-
and Wiki.
mhm.
Yeah, Zack and Wiki. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's one of the best uses of the Wiimote ever.
You're
That's
right.
what that is.
Mhm.
Man, yeah, but if you like puzzles and you like wacky humor, you know, fucking Monkey Island. That's the way to go.
What was that other adventure game? Came out maybe like 3 years ago. It was like it was called Broken Age.
Oh, yeah.
I
Do you
never
remember
played Broken Age.
Broken Age was
I don't know that one.
phenomenal.
Okay.
But Broken Age was also, it played very similarly to a point and click.
Yeah.
Without being purely point and click, you just maneuver your avatar tends to be your mouse. So you just move maneuver
okay.
the avatar over to different things,
Uh-huh.
interact with those things, and so it may be like that. Who knows?
Yeah,
Whatever
I
it's
don't
gonna
know,
be
man.
like,
I don't know.
it's gonna be freaking hilarious.
It's gonna be great.
And it's gonna
Yeah.
be charming. I mean, this is one of those like shots in the arm for gaming
Mm-hmm.
that I think we really need, and just to remind us, hey man, don't forget to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
hype.
Cool.
Yeah,
Hype.
man.
I'm
It's
hype.
there's also, from what I'm to understand, they're redoing. It's either a sequel to or it's a remake of the old Indiana Jones games.
Are they?
Yeah,
Really?
because the old LucasArts games. You know what I
Right.
mean?
What if they just did a LucasArts pack? What if they went ahead and just
And
gave
they
us all
just-
those like EcoQuest? What if they just went back and gave us like just all of those old point and clicks? You
It'd
know,
be fucking great.
it would be great,
Mhm.
and they would sell.
Well, they did the. I guess this wasn't LucasArts though, was it? Like Grim Fandango and.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
the
LucasArts.
remaster.
That is
Yeah.
LucasArts. Well,
And,
then they
Full
did that
Throttle.
and Full
Yeah.
Throttle. They did those not too
Mhm.
long ago.
The others are Sierra, and
That's
right.
Yes.
And I wonder
Yes.
who owns all those properties now.
I don't know. Sierra's been dust for quite a while.
But
so
they had some gold.
they did. I
Under
mean,
that belt,
Seventh
man.
Guest and
Yes.
13th Hour and
Well, 11th Hour was
it was
that
11th Hour.
But that wasn't Sierra.
Yeah, those
No,
those were Sierra.
That was id.
no,
Yes.
no, man. Those are Sierra games.
No way, dude. You're thinking about King's Quest. You're thinking about EcoQuest. You're thinking about,
I'm telling you, Seventh
Um,
Guest and 11th Hour are Sierra games.
dude. Wait,
No.
I don't think that's true.
I'm pretty sure they're true. I mean, one of the biggest reasons I'd say that is because you know that guy Metal Jesus. You know what I'm talking about?
It's Trilobite. It was Trilobite and Broderbund. That's what it was. Yeah, those weren't Sierra. 'Cause
Those are not Sierra, but they're
No,
not.
because I
id.
played. It's definitely.
Definitely id.
Well, I saw the. Sorry, yeah, it was wrong.
Yeah.
No, I just see the intro to.
Yeah.
The seventh. I don't think you understand the unhealthy degree to which I play the 7th.
All
of the time. All of the time.
Didn't
'Cause it
Broderbund
used to
make those
scare the fuck
Carmen
out of
San
me.
Diego
Yeah.
games?
Yes.
I remember the shit out of those Carmen San
Mhm.
Yeah,
Diego
dude.
games, dude.
Yeah, dude. And
Uh-huh.
so, but it would be really, really cool just to see a lot of those old games. A lot of
Yeah.
like the King's Quest games alone
Mm-hmm.
would be
Yeah.
really cool. And not just to
Mhm.
see, because of course they have those sequels, but to see the original point and clicks like
Yeah.
come back, like
Mm-hmm.
that'd just be really cool. I think that a lot of the 30 plus crowd would just buy them.
And I think a lot of that stuff actually does really well on mobile.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Point
Absolutely.
and clicks kill it on mobile.
Right.
There's one that turned into a VR game. You guys played The Room?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The VR version's great. I never played any of the other ones, the mobile ones.
Wouldn't it be cool if they made a Silent Hill The Room VR, but they just took out well, I guess you have to go through the whole. But if they only gave you like the room segments
room
themselves,
itself.
yeah.
That would suck.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the other parts are awesome.
No, they're not. That's the worst part of those games. You really think the other parts are awesome?
I think that game is amazing.
Having to pin the enemies down and then they still aren't dead yet, and
Yeah,
then they
that
just come
sucks.
back. Yeah, it sucks. So what are you
Yeah,
talking about?
You want to run away from them.
But remember who you're talking.
Yeah,
yeah.
my bad.
No,
all,
so-
right, all right, my bad.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
I take it all
sucks.
back.
I want to do it a million times.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
just saying that's just difficult. It's not, you know.
Well, AVP wasn't point and click. I
But-
mean, Alien versus Predator. You talking about the FPS? Because that was lit. I would love to see a remake of that game. Just make it like straight up one to one.
Fucking what's it called? Fireteam is on Game Pass. You know that?
Everything's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless it.
Do you know what I'm talking about? That Aliens Fireteam game, the squad
Yes.
based.
Yeah.
I've been really wanting to check it out.
Yeah.
Because everything I heard about it is it's kind of cool
Right.
for a little bit,
Mhm.
and then it wears
Yeah.
off.
AVP had it though. Like
Yeah,
they
AVP
really
had it. Yeah,
nailed the
totally.
alien
Right.
controls.
Yeah.
Which I mean, you talk about people getting sick in VR. Like that is a flat game that would, like Descent. That's a
Yeah.
flat game that would make you vomit.
Fuck,
You know.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
Descent. Ugh, man.
Uh-huh.
Dude, the
Supposed to be the new Descent in the works.
yeah, AVP. If anything, AVP 2.
Hmm.
Was AVP Sierra?
What?
No, I don't know about that.
I don't
know about that
Are we
one
talking about
either.
the same AVP?
I mean,
Probably not.
He's talking about Alien vs Predator.
The one on the PC back in the day?
Yeah. Was that a Sierra game? I don't think so.
I don't
man.
think so. That doesn't even sound like Sierra's wheelhouse.
No.
Yeah, Sierra was doing like EcoQuest and
I was really thinking that that was like Raven or something that made AVP. Because Raven made like Hexen and Heretic and stuff.
right.
You know?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
All right.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Speaking of remakes,
Moving on.
Yeah, so they're remaking
look at that
this face. They're gonna
That
remake
was-
this
that was
face.
Rebellion.
This is my favorite.
Oh my God.
favorite
Look at that face.
Oh, that
dude.
was rough. Yeah.
It's,
Smelt something.
Mm-hmm. It was himself. His
His
own armpits. He was just like, ooh, damn, I stink.
it's the stench of crime.
I
gotta clean up.
Stench of revenge.
That's it.
But they're,
Dude, that second
they're
one has an
remaking.
amazing story.
They're remaking
The
Max
first one has an
Payne
amazing
1 and
story.
2.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Uh-huh.
Dude,
yeah.
the first Max Payne,
published.
my
okay.
my mom actually came downstairs when I was playing it, and it was one of those situations where I was like, okay, this game's a little gritty, you know, and so I didn't
Yeah.
know how she feel about it. She sat there and watched me play that game for like probably about 4 hours.
She
know?
was like,
Because,
this is
you
like
know-
a John Woo film. I
Right,
fucking love
exactly,
this.
because I mean the whole thing starts out with his baby being shot.
Yeah,
You know, his wife and his kid getting killed, and she's just like, "What is this?" I'm like, "I don't know." and so it'll be really cool to see what they do with the remake of Max Payne, like with modern technology.
Did you play 3?
Mm-hmm. I played all. of
3
them.
was fucking great.
Yeah, it was
you
great.
know?
It was
and,
really good.
And that was the first time they showed off that engine that they're still using.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know since this was picked up by Remedy,
Yeah.
and so
Oh no, this has got to be in a completely different.
oh yeah, I'm
yeah.
seeing Control.
Yeah,
And so,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So it's gonna be really, really insane what they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And Max Payne was also one of the first games that featured like semi-destructible environments as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so like
Yeah,
you
because
hide
like
behind
that
the
and
wall,
Red
you're not
Faction
safe.
came out close to each other, and I remember both those games being like, "Oh, look, you can actually blow shit to pieces. You
Right.
can do all this
Yeah.
stuff." I guess Max Payne was a little bit earlier than
Yeah,
Red
it
Faction.
was earlier.
Yeah,
And
not by
so-
much, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one of those games where you like, you're hiding behind a door frame and you're shooting
Yep.
at somebody, then all of a sudden there's a hole in the wall right where your
Uh-huh.
head is. It's like,
Mhm.
oh shit.
That's good
okay.
shit.
Got to move on them. So This is exciting news.
I was blown away by the controls in that game when it
Yeah.
first came out. Just how smooth, you could jump in the air and aim completely behind
Oh,
you.
yeah,
and do
one
all
word.
this. Yeah, like
Bullet time.
dude.
Bullet
Yeah, really.
time.
Bullet time.
No. Do we have like a release date? We don't have a release date.
No.
It's just
All
an
we got is the
announcement.
news.
Oh,
Just-
yeah.
Yeah.
We just got the news, baby. It's on the way. So,
But
I'd
Remedy
say
making it.
probably. Oh yes. Oh
Fucking
yeah.
solid.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a win. It's gonna be a win.
Oh, yeah.
I just wonder if they're gonna release them together, or if they're gonna release just like Max Payne 1 and then go into Max Payne 2.
I think they should do it as one big thing because Max Payne 1 feeds right into 2 as far as story wise. They could just do it all in the same engine, make the whole thing as one long ass story.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take away from it to do it that way.
But do you think
Right.
that 2 would overshadow 1 in that regard if you did that?
Yes, I do.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wonder how they'll actually take that, because I think that if you took more time with the Max Payne 1 story,
Yeah.
because that story was very, very good. I mean, it's just
It was
about a man
Yeah.
spiraling, and I mean, honestly, the spiral just goes further into. But
and then 3, he wakes up as an old man and it still hasn't gotten out of the spiral.
Right.
It's
Well, you
like,
remember
how many goddamn years?
Yeah,
have I
you
been
remember
doing
the end
this?
of Max Payne 2? What happens?
What? I don't remember the very end of it.
He smiles. Yeah,
Oh!
you remember? That was like the very last frame.
Oh,
is that he
man.
actually smiles?
Fuck.
You
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh God,
Man.
yeah.
I remember the beginning of Max Payne 3 where you wake up and it's like you're on a cruise ship,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like a hired you're like a bodyguard
Bodyguard.
pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Mhm. Fucking Max Payne.
Poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
There just aren't enough pills in the world.
No, there are.
There's so many pills.
We take more Vicodin. Move on. Yeah. So to the top. Sorry, I just had to stare at that
I was
face
wondering.
for a second.
I was like,
man.
dude, what is just
just
let it
look
go.
at that fucking face.
That face
Just-
is rough. Go back. Go back. Bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so weird because that's back when they were using like that face mapping technology for everything. Like Mortal Kombat was doing it. We all thought like digitization was the future, and it was always bad.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, like, we're kind of doing the same thing now. We're just better at it.
Well, it's more like just mocap and then just skinning thing. Well, like
Yeah, but we're doing the shit like, for instance, like think about Hellblade, for instance.
right.
They not only mocap her, but they also have the camera right on her face,
Well,
and then they take
yeah.
high resolution scans of her face, and then
but they're
they
not
make
taking
up
a
it up a bit.
picture.
I mean, they basically are.
They're
taking
kind
a
of
bunch of
doing it.
pictures.
Right,
is what they're
exactly,
doing
exactly.
now.
But it's not like here's a photo and I'm just gonna.
Oh no,
wrap
no,
it
no,
onto
no.
this.
Well, like I said, we're better at it, but we're still kind
What
of.
game
doing
was
the
that
same
that
thing.
actually allowed you to? Was it Tony Hawk?
Man, some of the WWE games.
Yeah,
did
they
that.
did the same thing where they
Yeah.
let you take a picture of yourself.
Because I remember on the
and-
360, you could use that bullshit ass shitty camera, not the
Yeah.
Kinect, but that other little camera that they had. Yeah, and you could take a picture of your face and put it on a wrestler, and like, yeah,
so bad.
I-
It was so
yeah.
bad.
it's awesome. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you can
my God.
you can do that now with like there's an app that somebody made for you to make a VR chat character. You know what I mean? And so you can
That's not
fucking
good.
scan yourself in, and then it'll try to like build the polygons based on your face and all that stuff. But it's like it looks so bad. I mean, hell, there's phone apps now that'll do that. You
Right.
know? But
Yeah.
ooh,
It won't ever be like that.
like that. Ugh. Moving on. Sorry.
Oh, it's gonna be
Just
my
have
new
to
wallpaper on my
appreciate that
phone,
face,
bro.
man.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. So to the top.
So this.
All right, so To the Top is a VR game available on Steam VR, also on PSVR, and basically it was one of the first just climbing sims. I hate to call it a sim,
Yeah.
but climbing games. And so you have your two hands, of course, and you're able to hold on to these different nodes and climb up whatever. You can dangle from one arm, swing around, do whatever. The whole name of the game is to get to the top.
You also have that's like climbing, or you could grab stuff that was farther away from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could also like leapfrog over things and stuff like
That
that.
was awesome.
And so,
Mhm.
yeah, and they had like really good swinging mechanics as well.
Yeah.
And so it's just a climbing game. Really, really cool. One of the best parts about that game is that you can just turn on Spotify in the background and play it. Listen
Yeah.
to whatever you want,
Yeah.
and it's just a great time.
Yeah.
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 But we're getting an expansion pseudo sequel to
Okay.
it,
Okay.
which gives you
Is this DLC or like just
that
a
part.
completely
Yeah,
new
because
thing?
I couldn't see it
Yeah.
on
They
Steam.
they
so I
they
don't know.
didn't right. They haven't said anything. I think that it's I think it's DLC for To the Top. I think this is what To the Top is becoming, right? Why they call it Super Kit, it's very very odd.
Yeah.
But To the Top has always been about your gloves. Your gloves are what makes you able to hold on to these nodes and such.
Yeah.
So now you have different gloves that give you different abilities,
Yep.
like
Yep.
wall running abilities. So now you can glide along walls. Now you can actually punch robot enemies that might jump into the arena, things like
Right.
that. I think that it's really really interesting that they're releasing this right now, especially after what's the name of the new free running game that just came out?
Man, what's it called?
I keep thinking Sprint Vector Stride. It's actually called Stride.
Yeah.
In the wake of that, it's kind of odd that they're choosing this timing.
Yeah.
But To the Top is a great, very fun game. It's a great entry level VR game for a lot of people.
And it'll fuck you up if you fall.
Oh,
You
yeah.
will get that feeling in your gut.
Mhm.
You will.
Or just don't look down.
Yeah.
You will
really
look down
like,
like,
"Oh,
oh,
okay."
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really give you a sense of
Yeah.
scope.
Have you played The Climb yet?
I have not.
Okay. Yeah. Climb's
Yeah.
really cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that VR is a great place for climbing games,
Mhm.
and I mean this is it's cool that they're releasing this.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
kind of late, but who cares? More To the Top. I'm here for it.
It does seem like it's out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like it just seems like they were working on some stuff. They're like, you know what? We need a little bit of money. So
Yeah.
here's this thing.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like there are also so many different experiences for VR and for climbing to really.
Right.
But then again, when you think about it, To the Top kind of did it better than everybody else.
For the most part. Yeah.
And so when you're sitting there climbing over traffic and
Yeah.
riding on the tops of cars and shit,
Mm-hmm.
So it should be really really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Available
whereas this
now.
is full on arcadey, The Climb is way more trying to be realistic.
Like finding routes.
Yeah,
things
exactly.
like
Yeah,
that.
there's multiple routes. They make it obvious though. It's
Right.
not really finding them. It's
Okay.
just choosing them.
But it's like Horizon Forbidden West,
Yeah.
its climbing system can kind of put you off at first because it's I just want to climb this mountainside, but it's you actually have to find those cracks that she can fit her hands
Yeah.
into so
Yeah,
she can
yeah.
actually climb. So you have to actually be able to scale the cliff face kind of accurately as you would have to actually do it in real life, which is really really kind of cool. Sometimes you'll get halfway up it and realize there's no way further.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's the
and
same
so-
shit with Elden Ring, man. I'm like, okay, I know I can go up here. What if I go around? Okay, no. What if I go this way? No. Oh, so I have to go into a tunnel and then out over here and then up a thing and then around this way. Oh, and then there's another cliff. So then you got to go down and then you got to find the wind thing. And
Yes.
it's man,
Dude, that is another reason why it's so hard to go from Horizon to Elden.
Yeah, there's
because
no
they
climbing.
share so many mechanics that the ones that they don't share are glaring,
Yeah.
man. It's I'm like, okay, here's this cliff face. I'm just trying to vault from here up here.
No.
That's just
That
slightly
shit ain't
above head
happening.
level. You're not doing that. I can jump and almost make it. No, you're sliding back down.
Yep. Yep.
Know this.
Even if just the little bit of your foot is underneath that shit,
Uh-huh.
you're not getting on top
Nope.
of it.
Nope.
Ooh, that is irritating.
Is there a vault animation or anything? Is there any weapon that can kind of give you upward trajectory?
Oh, yeah.
That you can use for climbing though, or is it animation lock and then you still end up on the bottom?
No. There's a lot of stuff that people have figured out that you can do the animation like the Ashes of War and stuff. I mean, fuck. There was somebody that was showing a skip for a level where there's this humongous gap, and if you do this dragon spell, then it'll hold you in the air and move you forward a little bit, and then if you do a weapon
Princess
art
Peach
after
Glide?
it, yeah, pretty much, yeah,
Yeah,
and then you
let's go.
then you scoot over to the other side of it, yeah. So you can get
Love it.
get really creative with it and do it.
Awesome.
But the fact that he can't go, it kind of fucking pisses me off. Like, come on, man, come on.
Just lift yourself up a little bit.
Okay, so Unreal Engine 5.
Yes.
There is an entire presentation that they did at GDC.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Uh,
And so and they've shown off not only the coalition.
Yeah.
We had the announcement for Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
We had There's just a lot.
They showed that
They have
trash ass
Lyra.
Chinese game on there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean,
I'm buying that game like day
everyone
one.
is
right?
just
You know that
showing
shit.
off what you can do with Unreal. But now Unreal 5 is available for everyone to play with.
Yeah.
And they want you to play with it.
And I kind of want to play with it.
So you have two. I think right now it's just two. Kind of pre-made games. There's Lyra, and then there's the City, which is basically like the Matrix. The Matrix Unleashed. Is that what it was called?
No.
What's the name of the PS5 version? Matrix Experience.
Yeah, something.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
there is a name that I'm not. Yeah, it's not Unleashed though. It's
Is it not? It should be.
I mean,
It should be. But
somebody
but
should
basically
remake the Path
you get
of
the
Neo
city.
in that.
Yeah, right. Seriously, they should.
Yeah,
but you get the city that you can play with, and
Yeah.
then manipulate and create your own games. And then Lyra is more of a shmup.
Dude.
where-
Cool.
So you watched the thing where they were showing off all the different
develop studios.
yeah.
that were showing off their shit.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw a few of the different ones. Yes.
Did you see them actually detailing Lyra and how that works and everything?
No.
My God, dude, they showed off some crazy shit that you can do now with Unreal Engine, like stuff that just automatically works. And
Right.
Lyra is already a set-up multiplayer game where you can populate it however you want. So I mean, you could just start building levels and then just boom, pop the game into that, and then you got your shit. It works really great if you're just like let's say you were trying to just develop levels for something. You already have all of the game set up where you don't have to worry about any of that back end. You just pop your level in there, see if it works, see if you even like it, even if it's not for Lyra, you could make a game for another fucking game, but just make sure that it all works and make sure people can hide and shoot each other and all this shit.
Yeah.
And then they have like procedurally generated shit that you can do nowadays.
Yeah, I've seen that.
My God, dude.
Yeah. And with this engine, like you're gonna be able to make some like really high-end looking games that can run on very low-end hardware.
Yeah.
Because so much is handled by the engine. So much of the lighting, so much of the reflection, just handled in the engine itself. So much of that rendering. The shit's just crazy, man. And then of course that guy made the Superman. The Superman demo, I guess we'll call it. Or alpha, and it's just nuts, man. Just like the way he has Superman just tearing ass through the city, laser beaming, laser eye. He shoots a kamehameha. I don't know why,
Dude,
but it looked hype.
The like barrel rolls and stuff, and the dodging while you're flying.
Being able to fly, like laser eye something down, and then hit a quick 180 and watch it still crumbling to bits after you're already like almost a mile down the road.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, if they make a Superman game and they did something like that, they'd have to make him a bastard. They'd have to make, like, exactly. Like
Injustice.
that. Yeah.
Give us Injustice. This is what Scott and I were talking about, like how to make a Superman game. I think that Injustice is the way to go because basically what you can do is start off stage one, right? You are Supes fighting the Joker, right? And you're doing the thing, man. You have to take the Joker, take him all the way up in outer space. You have to kill him. Turns out as Lois, you go ham. They let you go berserk and just start wrecking shop. And then we might have to bring in the Justice League, switch to another character, whatever. But then eventually you come back around as the Superman designed to kill Superman, to stop Superman. Right? And that battle would be so climactic. You know what I'm saying? Supes v. Supes. Like, I mean, it would just...
It sounds so good.
That's the only way you can do it. I mean, if you want, because people are like, oh, no, he's too powerful, whatever. Let me be powerful.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I want to play this game.
I want that power. It's a power fantasy.
I mean, if it had more
Let me flex.
gameplay to it, but it was a lot like Asura's Wrath, where you just keep getting angrier and more powerful, and angrier and more powerful, and to the point where you're fighting shit that is just beyond all scope. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, why not, man? Let's be Kal-El.
Oh.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. It's like everyone tries to hold Superman to the standards of game theory and game logic, and it's like, no, he breaks it.
He breaks it. He breaks everything.
He breaks it.
That's his suit. That's his main superpower
Yeah.
is he just breaks it.
He
Because
yeah.
Superman wins.
No
Superman
limits.
wins.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, call the game that.
Yeah.
Superman wins.
Yeah.
Dude, it will sell millions of copies.
Yeah,
People are
bro.
like, I want to do that.
Winning like Superman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But no, the Unreal Engine 5 shit's really cool. If you guys care at all about just modern graphics, you should go check out what they have going on.
Or if you care about game development.
Yeah, game development.
This is a really good engine to cut your teeth on because it does a lot for you.
But it also seems to work the same that Unreal Engine 3 and 4 did. So if you have touched any of those, you should be able to walk into this and figure it out, They're also making a whole bunch of more shit free. That's the crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did you see?
They want people to use it, man.
Did you see that now they're providing a phone app where you can do exactly what we were talking about as far as the photogrammetry, it's scanning objects in, scanning people in.
Oh no, that's brilliant! Wow,
dude, free
You're just
software.
gonna make it that easy?
Yes.
Wow.
It integrates perfectly with it.
God, dude. All right, so
Fuck, dude.
if you ever wanted to make an urban combat zone in your neighborhood, here we go.
Yeah.
Highland Park, stand up.
I just wonder if it comes with a. Can I get a?
Yeah. Can I get a what? What?
Can I get a?
What?
Oh, okay. I see. Can I get a Keanu Reeves though? Like, does that come with Unreal Engine? Do you get the Keanu Reeves with it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does Keanu come with it?
No, people would do crazy.
They'd make him do crazy
things.
shit.
Yeah.
But I bet he'd laugh at it. That's the thing. He'd be
Yeah.
like,
I don't know. There's some people who are a little bit too obsessed with that, man.
take that shit, import it into Sifu.
Oh no, that would be hype.
That would be good.
Right? They've already done that.
They do. I just want him to look a little better. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
No, it would be great, man. Especially like considering, it's like it almost makes me think of Otogi. How you have those destructible environments, things like that. Because it would be so cool to be able to just like grab a villain and it's a hold attack. You grip them, then you just fly them through buildings, right? Because Superman does not care about collateral damage. Like that does not matter. Like you just kill.
He's too
3,000
super
people.
for that.
Yeah, right.
Like,
It's like, ooh, look at the time. He's out.
Says I'm super. Thanks for asking.
Thanks for asking. Please make that a line.
Thanks for asking. Love it.
Oh man. So we got some Scarlet Nexus X Tales of Arise.
Yeah, like it's a crossover.
Right.
So we're getting it's not.
It's a
like
rise
just
in Scarlet Nexus,
one
right?
of the games. It's
both directions.
It's in both directions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it's a cross.
You're right. Well, usually they'll do the X, but usually they don't add content to both.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
crazy.
that at all.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is really kind of.
So what is it, like skins and it's
skins.
mostly,
The
mostly
two characters
cosmetic stuff.
from Tales from the two characters from Scarlet Nexus will be in an event in Tales of Arise,
Okay.
and that's how you unlock the Scarlet Nexus items in Tales of Arise. But Tales of Arise, I think it's just items that will be in Scarlet Nexus.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
so
like
you're not
items,
just gonna have the
and, items and skins. I
Yes.
did see skins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. And so
I think when I saw
Just
this, the
cosmetics.
first thing I thought was, wow, those games do look almost identical, don't
Right,
they? They have
they're
like
very-
I don't think so. Did you play Scarlet Nexus?
only a little bit. I only saw it a
Scarlet
little
Nexus, man. Like I really tried to. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Moth and Wolf.
bit. I just mean graphic
but-
style.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
yeah,
saying. Like they almost have the same look to them. It's just that Tails is doing the border thing. They're doing the hard edge thing.
right.
Well,
I think that Tales of Arise, like the characters and the environment,
yeah.
kind of match a lot more.
Okay, yeah.
Scarlet Nexus, the environment was so static.
Yeah.
Like it felt like a mobile game when I was
Mhm.
playing. So the characters seemed like they were just kind of overlaid into this environment, which is fine.
Okay. Yeah.
It's okay. It's just a backdrop, right? It doesn't really matter anyway. But Tales of Arise seems to be much more cohesive. So the angle that I was looking at that from was just a little bit different.
I see what you're saying.
But I see
yeah,
what you're
yeah.
saying as far as art style.
Yeah, especially
Art
with the
direction,
character
yeah.
designs. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all future-y and this is all fantasy.
Right.
That's really,
Yeah. And
Well,
so that's
yeah.
awesome, man. Tales of Arise keeps doing crossovers and they keep the game fresh. Scarlet Nexus, I don't ever hear anybody talking about anymore. And so this might be really good
I saw
for them.
Wolf playing it like months ago, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun game to play.
It looked kind of cool. Looked like he has some combos.
Yeah, I would
Combos.
It makes me think of Honkai Impact.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is a
Okay.
great game.
Yeah.
Still very fun. But yeah, mobile.
Mobile.
Exactly. But this is really good for Tales of Arise because they
Yeah,
just keep
totally.
adding more and more because they had the SAO crossover before this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And
When's
so-
that? When's the is it Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross? Isn't that the last one that they were talking about with Tails?
Oh no, that was a different game. I can't remember what that
Yeah.
one was.
What? Oh, okay.
That was a mobile
one-
game, right?
That was a mobile game. It's also on
Oh.
Steam. I downloaded it for a little bit. It's free. It's okay. It's just a neat little. I mean, it's just a nothing little mobile RPG.
Yeah.
That's it.
I just
You
love
know,
seeing
it gets
studios
grindy.
holding hands, man.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Mm.
hey, go for it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's mostly the Japanese ones that do it, though.
Yeah, that's true.
we don't play nice over here.
Nope.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. So you
So
gotta talk
this-
to me about one hand clapping.
One hand clapping.
What's up with this?
There's
You
I
said
can't
it's like
do it.
yeah,
I can't
I can't
do it.
either.
Never do that.
Like I said, we should have really dropped this one. And so, look, okay, so one hand clapping, from what I can gather about it, because the game is already released, they're getting a PS5 release. And it's a side scroller in the vein kind of like, it's a musical side scrolling adventure, kind of along the lines of like Patapon, Patapon 2. So, but this one, your character sings, and they sing to create platforms that you can then travel upon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like your boss fights, your encounters are all rhythm based, which is just really kind of cool to me. That was really all I was thinking about. I really don't have a lot because I haven't played it myself.
Right.
But it does look incredibly charming. And
yeah, I like the art style.
yeah,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, and it's really crazy.
It's got
like
pretty
when you,
colors. Look at the pretty colors.
it's very, very pretty. But yeah, when you sit there and you hear it in conjunction with seeing the gameplay, it's just like, okay, that could be a really, really cool experience.
Yeah.
It does seem like it might be a little on the simplistic side, so who knows how it goes when you get deeper into the game itself. But I'm always an advocate of different gameplay styles.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just different styles of game design. And this is one of those things, man. Like I would definitely spend some time playing this one. You know, just because it would just be fun, just something unique, you know.
And you said it's re-releasing on PS5.
Yes, with
Okay.
new haptics, because
Okay.
that's what we do.
Yeah, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like it when it works. Like Returnal's fucking amazing
Oh,
with
God.
the haptics.
Yeah, something else, yes.
But there's so many things that they've put it in, and you're like, this
Mhm.
doesn't add anything to it.
And sometimes it's kind of
Cyberpunk
odd.
feels that way. Yeah, Cyberpunk just sucks. with
like
its haptics.
going back and playing Destiny, because Destiny
yeah.
doesn't use the adaptive triggers
Oh,
all the
what?
time. You know, sometimes it will,
Yeah,
and it's just like, okay, where's this coming from?
that's got to be a glitch.
But it's not.
Mm.
I don't think it is. I just don't think they really thought it through. I
Huh.
think they didn't want to probably program for every single weapon type in the game.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, you know. But after playing things like Call of Duty, you know, after playing, you know, pretty much any other first-person shooter or playing Horizon,
Yeah.
you know, you get used to just having that little bit of drag.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the button just goes straight in, and you're shooting, and it's like, now it feels dead. My
Yeah.
trigger feels dead. Is it broke?
Yeah,
You
but
know,
if it
it's
only
kinda
works
weird.
some of the time, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Man, with Cyberpunk, they added this shit where, like, when you're driving, you know, if you hydroplane a little bit, then your gas slips. So all the time you're holding the gas, and then sometimes it feels loose, and sometimes it doesn't. Because I mean,
Right.
it's in a rainy ass city all the time. Or anytime you go over a hill a little bit, it'll like loosen up on you.
Right.
Or the
Well, that's
brake
kinda
will be
cool.
but it mostly just feels shitty though.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
it's just inconsistent.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
Yeah.
still, the gas pedal's going to do what it do. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think people work really hard to use those features, but some people do it better than others. Because, I mean, I will say one thing for Call of Duty, Cold War, and
dude.
Vanguard. Those
Yeah.
they do some work with the triggers. They really, really do.
Yeah.
Like firing off a shotgun with those, it feels so rewarding.
Yeah, and you can tell immediately when you can fire again. So that's a cool one, you know.
Yeah, I might reinstall because now I got space.
Oh yeah.
Now you got
Yeah, I want to play some zombies, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Cold War.
I
Cold
was
War
about to
zombies.
say,
Yeah.
because Vanguard
Vanguard
is,
can go.
Man,
Yeah.
I regret buying that
I do
game.
too. And there's no saving it. You know, there's nothing that they can do to the point that they've actually announced Zombie Chronicles, but I think it was canceled again. But for Cold War, yeah.
Wait, they're putting more on Cold War zombies and not on Vanguard?
We're supposedly going to get more Cold War. They added the Easter egg to Vanguard. It was just kind of shitty.
Oh, wow. Man, I don't know, man. That zombie mode was trash.
Yeah, it was trash. It was trash. It was fun for a night.
It was fun, yeah, for 8 nights.
But there's like no variety to it. It's like the same shit every time. So
damn.
Yeah.
Now we got to talk about some more bullshit.
Oh, damn. Speaking of bullshit. Go get him, Phil.
Yeah, you're about to say get him.
Okay. So
this is your shit. This is Metal Gear.
Right. It's not.
This is the new Metal Gear.
It's
right.
The new Silent Hill.
Man,
right.
This is what I've been saying this whole time is that like look, Konami needed to nip this in the bud, you know, because if they were having something cooking with Metal Gear or with that kind of thing, then I don't even mind it if this actually was that, then all this leading up to it is just kind of funny. Yeah. Because Kojima's a troll. Right? And that's funny.
Not to this degree, though.
Not to this degree. No.
But, but Kojima and Konami don't have anything.
Nothing at all. And he's said this.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, Hassan something, I can't remember his last name, did an hour talk.
Blue Box Studios. Man.
Yeah, from Blue Box Studios, did an hour talk with Colin Moriarty specifically about Abandoned. Colin dug into his ass on a couple of things. I mean, first
off, he's a scammer,
man, and it doesn't make his case any better. Like them talking to him for a while, because he kept saying like really weird shit. Like Colin asked him really simply, "Hey, so who's the Sony rep that you have?" You know, and he was like, "Oh, that's under NDA," and Colin was like
what?
Saying the person you're working with is under NDA, and he goes, "Well, I'm not sure, so I don't want to get in trouble." You know?
It's a very different thing, sir.
Very
different thing.
Yeah. And so anytime that he could get away with it, he was pretty much saying like, "Oh, well, I signed an agreement. I can't talk about that," or that kind of thing. And then he was talking about like, "Oh, well, we don't want to tell too much about our game before it comes out." And then he did like a 10-minute exposition dump of how the story's going on, and then was like, "Oh, I probably said too much about that. I'm sorry."
God,
and then and then they started talking about the funding and how he's getting paid and how long they've been working on this game and like all these kind of details, and everything seemed weird. Like he asked him straight up. He was like, "So, you know, what other developers do you have working on this? Can you point to someone else, you know, somebody else in the industry?" And he goes, "Yeah, they want to remain anonymous right now. They've gotten off Twitter and everything, and nobody really wants to be associated with this right now just because of the stink that happened. So I don't think I can really." And Colin's like, "Can I talk to one of them privately? You think we could do that?" And he was like,
"Dude, why does this make me think of the Fire Festival?"
The
whole time that anytime I think about Blue Box, I can't help but think about the Fire Festival.
Some shitty tents on a beach during a storm, and you get a bag lunch.
And if you ask any questions, it's like, "Oh no, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about that at a later date."
Seriously, man. I mean, and then them talking about getting funding from external sources, and there was a Forbes interview that the guy did a while back, and Forbes laid out this whole thing about how much money they had to have been spending on this and that, just based on, you know, general assessment of what everyone pays. So, you know, and so they're listening to what Hassan's saying. "Oh, well, we have 6 development studios helping us out with art," right? Okay, cool. You got 6 studios. We're talking about we're talking about studios that, like, you know, you got like the way Colin put it is, he goes, people at this level of the industry, it kind of doesn't matter what project they're working on. You can go ahead and just think of it as one employee is $100,000 a year working on a project. So, you know, like very easily that gets up to $1 million, you know, $1.5 million. And that's what they were quoted at through Forbes, is like $1.5 million project or something like that.
Right.
You know, or upwards of. And he was going like, "Oh no, our art budget is only at $30,000 right now." And Colin was like, wait, man, no, that doesn't make any fucking sense. And he's like, "I'm not trying to call you a liar, and I'm not trying to, you know,
but
this doesn't make any sense." Okay, like, I work in this industry, man. I know some people just hear these figures and they go whatever, but like, I'm hearing this. And he was trying to be respectful to the guy, but the guy just kept
putting his foot in his mouth.
And it didn't make it sound any better.
Right.
It really just didn't make it sound any better.
But he's known for taking the money and running. Like, he's known for it. He's known for starting projects.
And they asked him about that shit. And he was like, well, it's one of those things where when you start to try to gain traction for a project and then it's not working out, well, our team didn't find it worth it any longer to work on that thing. And so, we had to just, cut our losses at certain points.
Yeah, I had to go buy this yacht.
Cut our losses.
Right.
We'll keep the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Dude, it's honestly it almost reminds me of what's going on with the Amico, the Intellivision Amico shit. You guys know about that?
No.
All this bullshit.
Break it down.
A tangent here, but still, it's very similar. It seems like just being a complete phony is a big win nowadays. So Tommy Tallarico, a while back, fucking came out with the idea that they were purchasing Intellivision, they were purchasing all of Intellivision's old IPs, and that they were going to release a new home console that had.
Does the world need this?
Right, exactly. Who the fuck cares, man? Who cares?
Maybe if you put it like on a watch,
right?
Or, yeah.
Yeah, but no. He's talking about a new console, right? And then he was talking about, and we're going to revolutionize controllers. We're going to
revolutionizing shit.
Right.
Not with Intellivision,
dude. And the controllers that they came up with were like these little pods that look like Nokia phones. They have a touch screen on them, and they have a wheel, like a dial on them, and then it also has some buttons on it. And he was like, I'm simplifying the controller so anybody could use the game, right? And then there's all these games, and he's like, and we got top level experiences, like cornhole. Don't you want to play cornhole?
People would play it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I hate to just sound.
But he's basically talking about some shit that's going to be no more than like a Raspberry Pi in an interesting case with some shitty controllers. Now, this has been going on for like 3-4 years at this point that he's been talking about this shit. In the first couple of years, people were like, okay, yeah, whatever, Tommy. It might be you might be able to make money. And at first, it was like a sub $200 system, which still sounded like too much, you know? And then that price kept creeping up. Got to $200. It got to $250, and so the initial launch date was pushed back. Then the secondary launch date was pushed back. Then the third launch date was supposed to happen on the 31st of last month. Okay, and because there's been no communication with him and the distributors as far as what's going on, GameStop charged people for this console that's still fucking vapor.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you better get your money back now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
I keep thinking, like, since you mentioned the cornhole thing, do you
Cornhole.
remember the
watch cornhole,
the original Steam controller that had the kind of little
I have
dip?
one.
That would be really good for a cornhole game.
Yeah, well, no, they want motion controls for this fucking thing.
Of course
You're
they
supposed
do.
to swing the stupid remote. Yeah, you're supposed to. No, they just completely, dude.
Why?
Yeah.
Why
There's some
why hasn't
dumbass game called
Nintendo
Shark
done that?
Shark.
Nintendo should have done that.
Nah, man.
Shark.
Shark.
I want to play Shark.
No, you don't.
I do.
No,
I do.
it's bad.
It's Shark.
It's Shark.
I just want to tell people that I'm playing Shark.
Shark.
I'm playing Shark. You know.
No,
Well-
man, it's just that's what you do nowadays. You come up with a bad idea, you get a whole bunch of people to give you some money, and then you go away.
Say, whoops, it just wasn't working out.
Oops.
Yeah, I think Molyneux learned. He just it's like, maybe I'm just gonna stop talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Molyneux.
He just got excited.
Yeah, that's a different thing, dude.
Yeah,
'Cause
he just gets
Peter
really-
Molyneux just
He just gets really excited. He's
He
like,
had
hey,
big
I got some
ideas.
ideas.
that's all, man.
So it's gonna be great, and then you're gonna have kids because that's
Yeah.
what you want, right?
You're gonna be able to cut down a tree and then watch it grow back throughout your life,
Uh-huh.
and that tree will be with you forever until you cut it down again. Because
why can't we get a black and white remake?
that'd be good.
That'd be
Yeah.
really,
Be down
really
with
good.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, black and white was cool.
Yeah.
That was that period of time where I couldn't run 3D games very well. I remember that too. So when black and white came out, I was like, fuck, I can't even play this game.
Oh, wow.
It
Yeah.
took a couple of years for me to be able to play it. So I think I actually played the second one more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, black and white's great,
Yeah, dude.
man.
Mhm.
God. You have a giant minion that you can, or a giant pet that you can make as mean as you want. Put the spike collar on him. It goes out and starts eating people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old God games, man.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You remember Dungeon Keeper?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I liked Dungeon Keeper a lot.
Yeah.
They tried to make a third one of that, and it sucked.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what was the name of that one that was kind of like Dungeon Keeper, except it was also kind of an action game where you're actually the guy on the field and you're controlling the little goblins, and you're like, it was kind of cool. It was a 360 PS3 game. It's like man, yeah, you had all these like little minions, and so you'd like walk around and you'd be like, go kill this shit, and then they'd all like crowd up on it. And, man, Overlord, dude, Overlord was awesome. Yeah, that was kind of the better modern Dungeon Keeper, right?
Yeah.
But no, fuck Abandoned, fuck this guy.
I mean, that's what's gonna happen to the project.
And they're also releasing a
Demo.
a demo,
snippet.
yeah. That's going to be like $15, and they're using that to fund the rest of the project. So they are just burning through cash right now. You know what I mean? They're snorting all that cash up their nose.
I wonder how many people will actually give them more money, though.
I don't know.
You know,
At this
because
point,
like it was
probably not a lot.
different when people thought that maybe it was a nod towards Metal Gear
or Silent
Hill.
Yeah.
You know, but now, I mean, everyone knows. I mean, it's Blue Box. We all know what they do. So. I don't know if they'll even be able to recoup the money that they've already spent.
Man, like, nah, I don't think so.
But I don't
at
think
all.
their goal is to finish this project.
It's not. It's not. It's just to soak up funds and it be the thing that they're living off of right now.
Right.
Yeah. Because it sounds to me like it's a very tiny team that has talked to a whole bunch of other studios and has probably gotten no's most of the time. Like, nah, we're not helping you.
Right.
But he's trying to make it sound like I've got all these things in the works.
All these connections.
Look at these. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, most of the people that he's talking about are like, you know, small studios in, you know, other countries. So he was working with like a developer in Brazil and like, you know, all sorts of shit like that. But nah, man, it's just it's a scam. It's a fucking scam. You know, even if we get a little snippet of a game, I bet it's gonna be trash.
I mean, but you don't make people pay for a demo, dude.
No,
Right.
You don't.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what you're doing with it. You don't make people pay for it.
right.
You know. Now, if it's a matter of Kickstarter, like if you contribute,
I think that's how
then,
he's taking it.
Right.
It's like, this is our Kickstarter.
Well, you
Yeah.
better put
Making a
that bitch on
demo.
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Don't put it up on PS Network and tell me like, hey, you can download my demo for $15.
Fuck you.
Because it'll never happen.
Uh-huh.
Nope. No question.
Ugh. Okay, so this is some cool news.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up with this?
So Horizon Forbidden West in all of its glory. Jesus Christ. Play this game, people. Oh, God. Fucking Elden Ring. Anyway, dude, it makes me so mad. So they basically, it's funny because this is news for this week. However, this, I mean, it predicated the release of Horizon Forbidden West. The Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, Netherlands. They have a collaboration with Horizon Forbidden West, but the way that the collaboration has worked is there's a character named Tilda in Horizon Forbidden West. I'm not going to spoil anything for the people who haven't played the game, but Tilda is really into art, all right? And they tell you that at one point in the game. At another point in the game, you can actually see some of this art, okay? Once again, we're going to leave it at that. Now, what it is that due to their, Horizon Forbidden West is made by Guerrilla Games, who are based in the Netherlands. Okay, so this is a major
always
museum
forget
for them.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Especially because in most of their interviews, they just speak great English.
I thought they were actually English.
Right? No.
No.
Nope. Nope. They're Dutch. But they have taken a lot of the works from the museum and put them into this character's own museum in the game.
Yeah.
So when you finally get to that point in the game and you see this museum, you see this her her own museum, we'll just call it that. Those are actually real those are actually real pieces of art from the Rijksmuseum.
That's
you
cool.
know, and so so there's that whole thing. So you're going through and kind of getting a light tour of the museum itself, right? But they've also done at the museum itself. They've also done a Horizon Forbidden West exhibit that you can walk through, and it's like Tilda's museum.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
so cool.
and so so as for fans of the game, you know, who have seen these things, and you can go and actually see them in real life.
Yeah,
you know, which is pretty incredible to think about. You know, as far as pushing Horizon Forbidden West, you know, they've made statues of a lot of their like robot dinosaurs and put them into major cities.
Totally.
Like some of them are in like Tokyo. Some of them, I think they have one. Of course, they have a couple in California.
I know they have a big ass one right outside of their front door.
Yeah, they have a giant one, and these are very detailed, very large robots.
Yeah.
You know, well, they're not robots; they're just statues of the robots, but they look amazing. They look really, really cool, and so. They're no strangers to, you know, creating art from their video game license.
Right.
Absolutely.
But, you know, it's really cool to see them actually working with the museum to, you know, not only help celebrate that museum and its legacy, but also just give people a chance to experience some artwork that they may not have known. Because, I mean, if you didn't know about this, you'd see this shit and be like, well, these guys actually drew this? They modeled all that? You know? And it's like, oh, no, these are actually, you know, very important artistic pieces that do exist in the world.
Yeah.
And so,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, I think that's hot.
Yeah.
Hot.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Maybe it'll be in the VR version.
Oh no, I would love. I could
I've
see
seen a
them.
couple of
I could
those.
see them doing just a walkthrough.
Yeah, just like a virtual tour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could totally see that happening because that
that's
engine,
got to be the way this shit is moving forward, though, right?
Of course.
Like for museums. I'm not
especially
even talking about
for museums.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Have VR tours and everything.
Yeah, you know, especially if you're halfway across the globe. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't just casually go to Amsterdam. Well, I can't. You know, some people can, but I can't. And so it would be cool just to strap on a headset and be able to actually walk around and look at some art.
Fuck
you know, get as close as you want to.
Go to the VR Louvre.
Yeah, man.
That'd
you
be
know,
awesome.
They'd be like, "Oh, don't touch that." I'm like, "Hey,
I can touch all of it.
I can touch all
Oh,
of
that'd be
it.
great.
If you can actually manipulate it.
If every
You know, like what the fuck?
Oh man, you start throwing vases on the ground.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Fuck your Louis the 14th.
I wonder if they let you do it.
I don't
They probably
give a
wouldn't let you
shit.
do it. That'd be just like, you know, playing like a Gran Turismo game and wrecking the cars.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. They
You see that Polyphony Digital?
You probably could throw it on the ground, but it wouldn't break. It just kinda
it'd bounce back up and land right where it was positioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
But you see, Polyphony Digital has kind of done a big backtrack on their the monetization system in Gran Turismo.
Fuck
7.
yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Because
It
nobody
would be
liked
rad
that
for
shit.
kids.
Oh yeah, it'd be great
Yeah.
for kids.
Oh yeah, that would be really, really cool. You know, it's like, you know, here's some educational VR for my kid.
Yeah.
That'd be super dope.
I've
And
done that a couple of times with Iana. Do you know the James Webb Telescope? I'm
Yes.
talking about?
Yeah.
They have a James Webb VR app that lets
That's
you,
awesome.
Yeah, check out some cool shit like that. I've let her check out some planets. And you know what she really loves doing is just fucking VR Google Earth, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
cool.
straight up Google Earth. It's the
Right.
best, you know.
Yeah.
Here's the Grand Canyon, and she's like, "Well, holy
Whoa.
shit." Yeah.
Awesome.
It's definitely cheaper.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, enough
Okay.
stalling.
What's it?
Enough stalling.
Well,
Let's get to
Uh,
the bubble,
the
not
bubble.
bubble.
man, this
bubble.
ain't stalling. What are you talking about stalling? We're talking about some awesome shit,
Wait,
bro.
is it Bubble Man?
Oh, Bubble Man.
Bubble Man.
Oh, yes.
I wish.
That's that bop. That Woodman.
Yeah, dude.
Let's
Uh-huh.
go, dude.
No, The Bubble.
Oh.
Netflix movie.
He's like, you were
I
flying high
apologize-
there for a minute.
Yeah,
Come
I-
back down.
Come back down.
Come on.
I apologize. I
Pop
thought
that
this
bubble.
was a different bubble.
Oh, uh-huh.
I
No,
thought we were going to be in a different bubble.
we're not. Mm-mm.
We're
This is
in a-
the
we're in-
bubble,
This is the bubble.
not Bubble.
Both
not
are
Bubble
on
Bobble.
Netflix.
Not Bubble
One is
Bobble.
out. One is
No.
not. No.
It's not.
Mm-mm. You know, and the funniest thing about this movie is it has such a killer cast.
It's
Oh, it's
great
got a
cast.
killer cast. Yeah.
Everyone is in
Uh-huh.
this movie.
I think this movie is ironic, in
Oh,
a
that was the point, right?
well, I mean, in a very specific way, which is that like the the movie itself is making fun of making a quick buck off of this kind of thing, and it is exactly that as a film.
Yes.
I mean, it's also
including them using a bunch of shitty green screen all of the time.
Right, but was that not the best part of the movie?
That's the
It's
good
really-
part,
yeah,
though, right?
this is
Is
the
that it's
best
an
part.
inside joke of itself.
you see
in
them-
it's like a
Anytime you see a dinosaur, it's really just a dude.
oh,
with
those
nice
two
suit.
little
Except for-
guys flapping
yeah,
around.
that's every
that's
time.
fucking
That
so
dude, I'm
good.
telling you. Okay, so we're gonna have to get everyone caught up. So this is Netflix's new movie.
Yeah.
Came out this year about a studio who's making the 6th sequel to a movie during the pandemic. So
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is during the lockdowns and everything.
Yep.
So they're
they don't
making
specify
the
what
sequel
the
to-
virus is.
Yeah.
right, but we all know what it is.
We all
So,
know what it is.
but they're making a movie it's the 6th sequel to Cliff Beasts, which sorry, that's hard. Cliff Beasts, which is the 23rd most popular action movie franchise in the world.
Yeah.
It is the 23rd, and so they're making the Cliff Beasts 6. And what is it? Memories of a Requiem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some
real
shit
dumb.
like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
So, but it's all about these actors who, the bubble is basically, they all had to quarantine, so now they can only be around each other to keep the actors from being at risk of contracting COVID-19.
Yeah.
So that's the deal. And it's like what happens to very privileged people when they're forced to lock down in one place with one another for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
And then a comedy of errors ensues.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Pretty much.
Hey, all
Imagine
right.
Tropic
sorry,
Thunder,
sorry.
but
What I
not
meant,
nearly as
what I
good.
meant was a comedy of errors ensues.
Yeah. Like I said, it's very Tropic Thunder. It's very Tropic Thunder meets Jurassic Park meets
trying
just
to
as
be all
well.
those
I'm not
things.
saying that it lives up to that. I'm saying that as far as the theme of it is still like very much like here's a movie within a movie.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like that's the whole thing. And so here are these actors who are portraying actors, trying to create this film, but it's nowhere near as good as Tropic Thunder. Even though I think
no.
No.
if we had to pick a downie, then Mando did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
There you
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It's
mean
pretty
the
good.
Red Viper of Dorne?
Red Viper?
Okay.
Right.
Absolutely.
He was funny. He was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
good.
I think there are a lot of little bits in this movie that are funny, and for just something to put on, like just hey, the bubble.
Oh, it's a great.
It's fine.
It's a great movie to not watch.
To not
Yeah,
watch.
to not watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I would even agree with that because I groaned more than I laughed. There were a couple of times that I got a little bit of a chuckle, but not
Yeah.
a deep like.
I
that
laughed.
was
I
great."
laughed in the
His
first
was-
act.
I didn't.
I
at
laughed in
all.
the first
The
act, man.
whole time,
Well,
it
you
was-
were
it
already
was mostly
disappointed
just,
because you thought it was going to be the
because I
thought it was going to be Bubble.
Bubble.
So
Right,
that's not
so
the
you
movie's
can't-
fault, Scott.
Exactly.
That's not the
That
movie's
was
fault.
totally your fault, dude. That was totally
I
your
know
fault.
it's my
Come on, man.
fault.
Don't blame it on the drugs.
For real.
You saying I can't take out my my rage at
No.
a movie?
No,
at
you
a
can't.
movie because I made a
Because
mistake.
you walked into the wrong theater.
Because
That's
I walked
right.
into the wrong theater.
This isn't Princess Bride at all.
I was so
Which, looking
disappointed.
at Pedro
I
Pascal,
was
he
so
would be a great
disappointed.
Inigo Montoya. He'd be phenomenal.
Yeah, but I don't
yeah.
want him to remake that movie.
No, I don't either. It's inevitable, but I don't want
Ah,
It'll happen
man.
eventually.
it. It's inevitable. Flight of the Navigator as well. But
No.
I know,
not my
right?
Flight Navigator.
yeah, but we got everybody. We got Iris Apatow. We've got Maria Bakalova. We've got Leslie Mann. We've got Karen Gillian, which that was fucking hilarious. David Duchovny. We've got Pedro Pascal, Benedict Cumberbatch, Daisy Ridley, Keegan Michael Key. Like honestly, this shit. Goose Khan. Goose Khan's the best part of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
He's the
shit,
best. He's the best part of the
actually.
movie. But I mean, it's like an all-star cast, man. Like Kate
Yeah.
McKinnon.
Uh-huh.
Which that was kind of funny too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and so it's kind of hard to really tackle this movie. I guess we have to go straight into spoilers and just cut it because
Well,
I mean, honestly,
a bunch
there's nothing
didn't
to be.
happen.
Nothing really happened.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Like,
you're just well.
you
some
almost
things happen.
already explained most of it right there.
Right.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
they're not supposed to leave at all.
Right.
And so,
And then this
but you're actually at risk if you did actually try to leave.
yeah.
You know, like one
what's
girl
the guy's
got
name?
No, one girl got her hand blown
Oh,
off.
that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You
That
know?
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was trying to leave. And
She
what
still
they,
had a thumb. You can do a lot of things
You
with
can
a
do a lot of
thumb.
things with a thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was surprising.
Yeah.
You know, oh, we thought it was a homeless person. So it's like, wait, does that make it better? Like,
Yeah. You know?
fuck.
And so, like, you know, they would finally be able to actually be around one another and start
Yeah.
filming. And then there'd be like a COVID scare, like somebody
Yeah.
had COVID, and all of a sudden they're back in lockdown.
Somebody tested
and-
positive, or at some point a couple of them get like influenza.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's just like, no, it's the safe virus.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Fucking
you.
Fred
So-
Armisen is the director, and
Yeah.
the way he got famous is that he made
He's pretty great.
he was he's
He's
pretty
pretty
awesome.
good.
Yeah. He got famous because he made a cell phone movie that got featured at Cannes or something
yeah,
like
Yeah.
that.
And he made
Right.
it while he was working at Home Depot.
Home
or something.
Depot.
It was a movie about tiling or something. Like,
I like how Keegan Michael Key, how he had like just written a book
Yeah.
about like, you know, trying to be like a better
Totally.
person or
And
whatever.
they're like, oh, so it's a cult,
it's a
right?
cult, and he's just like,
Like,
no,
no,
it's,
well, who decides what's a religion and what's
it's a cult.
Right.
Exactly. It's like, so you started your own religion, right? He's like, no, I just wrote a self-help book.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know? It's just
exactly,
all about
yeah.
just, you know, just living your life a bit
And
better.
he's that stupid positive kind of guy that no matter
Well,
what the
he's-
situation
he
is.
always tries. To
I
be
love
that.
it when he breaks down.
right.
That's
because
actually one
it's
of my
like he
favorite
never
parts in the
actually,
whole-
He didn't write the book.
Right.
Yeah.
He had never even
He's
read
like,
the
I don't-
book.
The
Yeah.
first time I read it was when they gave it to me so I could do the audiobook
Yeah.
version of it, and I was bored.
Right.
I was falling asleep reading my book.
So,
Like that was good. That was good
Yeah.
right there.
I think the best joke
Yeah.
for me personally was that scene right after when what is her name, like Claire or whatever, the main girl
Oh yeah.
walks into
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. dude's room, and she's just like, there are no answers. He's like, but there are drugs.
Yeah, because Pedro Pascal is essentially just like a sex addict.
Yeah, that's it.
And yeah, like all he wants to do is fuck. And due to the pandemic, he can't find anybody to have sex with.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps telling him no because
Uh-huh.
he's having a complete come apart. He's always a complete mess.
Hey, that was
And
really good
so-
at the beginning where he was briefing the two guys, and he's like, "Look, you just have to keep them happy and don't
And
fuck
don't
them."
fuck them.
Yeah.
You know, keep them happy. Don't fuck them. It's like, well, what if they kind of come on to us as friends? What if we really?
They will not be your
They will not
friends.
be your
Okay.
friends.
Yeah.
You know?
No, what if we get a real bond? No,
No,
it's not
call
gonna
me.
happen. Yeah.
He's like, you call me.
What if they say a secret not to tell you? Then definitely,
Then
call me.
call me.
Definitely I loved him, the producer guy.
Yeah, I can't think
He-
of that actor's
yeah, I
name.
can't remember his name, but
That's
he was
the
really
that's
good.
the guy that did Darth Maul's voice.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There were
And
a
then-
couple of
Maria
of, like,
Bakalova, dude.
Yeah,
You
dude,
know,
she
last
was
time we
awesome.
saw her was what in Borat, or it
Uh,
was the last Borat movie.
Yeah, I guess so. yeah.
And she, I mean, because Pedro Pascal, she plays a clerk, a desk clerk,
Yeah.
and Pedro Pascal goes and tries to flirt with her,
Mhm.
and she's like, "Oh yes, you know." He's like, "Don't you want to have sex with me?" And she's like, "Yes, I do." He's like, "Oh, well, come on." She's like, "Yes, after you meet my parents." You
Yeah,
know,
and
and you
to
understand
go
how
out on
much
a
of a
few
woman.
dates and-
We go on
yeah.
a few dates, and you can earn my respect
'Cause
and
I
learn
am
that
an
I'm
angel.
yes, I'm an angel. You know,
And you need to learn that.
he like slowly
Just
backs
fucking
away.
owning it.
But he's also still totally into it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
at
it's great.
first I thought, I'm like, dude, that is how you curb a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's an eloquent way to curb somebody. Be like, oh yeah, totally, dude, I'm down. But
Yeah.
here's the prerequisites.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's like, you
They're
know what? I'm out. I'm gonna stop harassing you right now.
Now that you've
Um,
made my brain think again,
Right.
let me back away.
Yeah, but it turned out to actually be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, she saved him.
power of love, man.
Mm-hmm.
Power of love.
Yeah, because he ends up having. I actually liked that whole scene. There's a scene where he ODs. It's after the whole we have drugs.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Everybody just goes on
Which
a tear.
that
Yeah,
shit's
going on a
great.
bender.
We need to make a TikTok. We
Dude,
need- and he's like,
I could not get through any of those dancing scenes.
oh,
Well,
well,
that
but they're
shit
all
made me
tongue in
cringe
cheek.
so hard that
Yeah.
I was just like, skip.
but they
Dude,
were,
like when she
but
was
they were
first teaching the
accurate.
dinosaur.
the dinosaur.
The
I was
dinosaur had a
just
dance.
like,
It was like,
oh my god! When they were
Oh.
teaching the dinosaur how to dance,
Yeah, they do the
that's-
butt wiggle.
That was
Yeah.
probably the biggest sigh that I had, where I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck."
Pedro
wow.
Pascal shows up. He's like, oh. I must kill them all.
It's a,
You know, it's like, what I must do is clear. I must kill them all.
and then he dies, and then he's like, well, I think he just proved his own point.
Right.
We do have to kill them all.
Oh, yeah.
And so it does. It turns into a situation where they actively become hunted because they are actually prisoners in this bubble. And so
Man.
if you try to escape, you know, you might be shot. You might be killed.
And there's what was that one dude who like ran off? He was the first.
That was
actually, he
Goose.
actually,
dude. Yeah.
Dude, he was amazing.
And they had to
He was
write
like-
his death into the movie.
Goose
Like,
Khan.
oh, look, there's his
Goose
remains.
And they make it so fucking brutal.
It's like, because of his belt.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, I got that
we got
belt
the same
too.
belt, and then it's just the dinosaur like chewing on his head.
Uh-huh.
So good.
They make it so fucking brutal because the director and the producer just pissed on it off at him because he just ran the fuck off.
Yeah, he just left.
You know?
Uh-huh.
He's like, they're gonna. What did they say? You're gonna Batman me? He's like Batman. Anybody can be Batman. He was like, you can replace me. He's like, you're irreplaceable to the role. He's like, anybody can replace me. He's like, Batman. He's like, Batman. What do you mean Batman? He's just like, you know, Batman was Michael Keaton. Then Batman was Ben Affleck. Then Batman. He starts just going through all the list of different Batmans. He's like, and now he's that.
And then he was George Clooney, but he was too sexy.
He was too sexy. And now he's the gay dude from Twilight.
Wow.
Like, bro,
That's
he
the thing.
was
It's
so
like
good.
there's some funny moments,
Yeah.
and they're like worth a chuckle or two, but just as a full package, I don't know, man.
And it was
I-
2 hours
but-
and 6 minutes
well,
long.
Yeah, it was too fucking
It was
long.
too long for what it was. Yeah,
Way too
absolutely.
long.
Yeah, but I think that like it's one of those movies that's actually actively trying to make you cringe.
Uh-huh.
So when it does it, it's accomplishing its goal.
Right.
You have to at least give it that.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
it's more fun to discuss in retrospect. Because
Yeah.
like the whole
Yeah.
scene when you know, he ends up calling their director. That was God, what's her name?
What's her
That's
name?
Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon.
He
that-
calls
yeah.
Kate McKinnon.
She was
and
great
he's
in
like,
it.
She was
I
great.
love
She
her.
doesn't give a fuck. And it's like, hey, this movie's not getting made.
Yeah.
It's not getting made. We're not
And then
making
all of a
it.
sudden that
and she's
dude
like,
shows
you're
up.
making this fucking movie. And she hangs up and she calls her boss and tells him the
It's John
same thing.
Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow,
Yeah.
and he's just like,
Yeah.
well, you're making this fucking movie.
Yeah.
I don't care. But then he calls his boss, which is this like Chinese guy,
Yeah.
and he's just like, movie's not getting made. And the guy's like, no, you're making this fucking movie. And then they're both on Skype, and they have
He's
the
like,
same
wait,
background.
are you in
He's
Fiji?
like, are you
Yeah.
in Fiji? He's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You want to meet up?
Take a play tennis.
away.
I haven't seen anybody in 2 weeks.
Right,
Oh my
uh-huh,
God, this is gonna be
right.
amazing.
Yeah, and so basically it was a matter of like, you know, expression. It attempted to be an expression of how your experience during the lockdowns would be different based on your economic status.
Yeah.
If you're like super wealthy, then you know you've got all these distractions, but even then you feel like you've been slighted.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you've got I mean, you're in fucking Fiji. You're at a resort. You got a room
the
service.
celebrities and super wealthy are just like you.
Yeah,
I like it the
right.
way that
Whatever.
what was her name? Claire, the main girl.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
when they took all of her lines away from her.
Oh well,
Yeah.
there's that. No, but I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about her whole setup as far as the like she just got engaged to this guy,
Uh-huh.
and then you
and
know
he ends up cheating on her, even though he's living
Right.
in her house.
right,
Yeah.
right, because he thinks that she's completely abandoned them during a crisis. You know, so he's flipping out over
Say
it.
goodbye to Claire. Who's Claire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they're laying in the bed and she's flipping
He's
out
like,
of
she
the movie.
really still thinks
Yeah,
we're together.
she's taking it real hard.
taking it
That's all it is.
What is it? You
And she
can't
tries
just stay in my house
Yep.
after you've broken up with me. I am house sitting for you for free.
and I also really liked David Duchovny and his wife. What?
Oh yeah, when the
yeah.
kid just like calls her mom.
Right.
It's like you won't Kate McKinnon. It's like
Yeah.
you're I'm not your mom, but I will be your stepmom one
Yeah,
day, and
that's
it's
right.
gonna be awesome.
Right.
You know?
That's good shit, man.
Yeah, dude, that shit was funny. But it was super cool how they ended up, because she wanted to expose the whole thing. You know, she's like, they're treating us like slaves, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, they took all of her speaking roles.
Yep.
And so every time she
Yep.
was in a scene,
She just
would
screamed.
kind of gesture.
Yeah.
Or there was the one time when the dinosaur was like
Yeah.
right in her face screaming.
Yeah.
And they had her like piss in her pants.
Yeah, they did.
You
Yeah.
know, so she's
Like,
in
that's
there
what I'm known
screaming,
for.
and she's, this is gonna be the scene that you're known for.
Uh-huh.
And she's screaming and peeing her pants, and the whole time while that CG dinosaur is screaming, it's really just a dude in a
Just
gray
a dude,
suit.
yeah, just
You
doing
know,
this.
just doing this.
Ah!
I like it that they did the.
And he's like,
the-
"Good job, that was a great performance."
Yeah, man.
You know,
like the action sequence that was supposed to be all badass, and then they fuck it up.
Oh yeah,
then,
it's just them falling over each other.
And then him getting,
yeah.
They don't give
him getting
any
dragged by the
directions.
rope and everything,
Yeah.
and then him strung up in the air, and they were like, we can edit around it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not,
That's all
like,
it was. It was just them fumbling over each other because the guy who was supposed to be, I guess, the stunt coordinator,
Yeah.
who was John
No, that was
Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah, it was
on
John
a-
Cena.
He couldn't be there,
On
so
a-
he
on a
was actually
fucking
on
tablet.
Skype.
there was the guy that was holding him, and he was
Yeah.
doing all the
Right.
like
it
while
was
he's
on a
holding the
tablet
stick with the tablet on it.
on a
That killed me.
stick.
That actually
was
killed
really
me,
funny.
dude. That
I'm
was
telling
really
you,
good.
the movie it's a funny movie, just not while you're watching.
Not
it.
while
Yeah.
you're watching it.
You
Yeah.
know, like,
It's
like
fucking-
there's some really hilarious ideas.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing with Keegan Michael Key and them teaching him how to fly a helicopter.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
yeah.
They only taught him how to fly up
Yeah,
and back down. Yeah, and so at the end of the
And he
film,
wouldn't do the movie
try
if
to
they
do-
didn't do that. That was
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what they end up having this is all over the place. This movie is a very hard one to discuss because there's a lot of shit going on in every direction. But there's an
A
escape
lot of shit
scene.
going on with nothing actually going on.
Facts, hard facts, hard
Yeah.
facts.
Right.
You know, which is why you can't really spoil the movie. Anyway, and so they end up trying to escape from the bubble by getting into the helicopter, and he's just like, "Okay, well, I can fly this thing. I'm trained."
Yep.
And comes to find out, he can only go up. You know, then
go
once he gets
forward.
up, he has no
And
idea
he's
what
just
to
stuck
do.
there. He's like, guys, I don't know what
He's
to
like,
do.
I
And they
don't
go,
know what to
oh,
do.
why don't we look up a YouTube thing? And they're all like, oh, yeah, great. And she
Uh-huh.
pulls up the thing, and it's like a kitten.
No,
Is-
it's
is
a
that-
monkey.
It was,
getting a
oh, it was a
bath.
monkey
Yeah.
getting a bath. That's
Yeah.
what it was. And he's like, oh, he doesn't like that bath, does he? And they're just all invested in the monkey video. And then Fred Armisen, he gets that fucking the gun with the grenade launcher on it. He starts pointing at it, and the English director guy's like, whoa, what are you doing? He's like, it's a prop. I thought it might scare him down.
And then
he's
it
just
works.
going like-
then it works. Yeah, he's just mouthing it.
Right.
What is it? Him and David Duchovny get into a fight, but it's
The
like
fist
a
fight is
it's
all
a-
choreographed.
It's all
Same-
it's the
it's
choreographed
slow
fight that they were-
choreographed.
And they're like,
Right.
just improvise something. Come on, change
Well,
the
he had been
script.
trying to rewrite the script the whole time.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, I rewrote the script.
Boom, in the nuts.
Hits him in the nuts.
Fuck,
Damn
man.
it. See?
That-
See?
it's like,
Something so brilliant goes to nutshot. It's
right,
like, all well,
man. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the problem is that they actively choose to be lowbrow when they could have come up with something clever.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so that I love it how Keegan Michael Key goes into that like straight like Gears of War voice every time they're filming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got to get over there.
Oh,
He starts like-
dude, also Pedro Pascal, his accent.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was just like the worst. He was like,
He's like, what they say to him? They were like, mumbling is not acting. Okay. It's great.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they were mostly just making fun of themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and
Well,
they
they're
were-
making fun of Hollywood.
and they were
Yeah.
having
You know,
a good
that's
time
what it
with
is.
it.
You know what I'm saying? It's just making fun of, because they even
Yeah.
said, they're like, if Tom Cruise can make a movie, then we can make a movie.
Yeah.
You know, like that was the whole
Yeah.
thing. And so
Yeah.
they're just making fun of
It's
like,
just
you know,
self-deprecating, like Hollywood celebrity,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
whatever.
'cause,
Get,
I
get a
mean-
bunch of like actors together, throw them in a scenario, and go, hey, I guess make it up as you go along.
well, also just like, you know, nobody likes to hear celebrities complain, right? You know
No.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, because your complaints they're not valid.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think that's the whole point of the movie is just like, okay, I
like to hear Larry
know
David
that you're having to
complain.
deal with lockdowns and whatever, but you've got room service.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you
really.
get daily
It's
massages.
fun.
You get, like, you know, and I think that might have been one of the biggest crutches of the movie.
Yeah.
Is that when
Yeah.
you're talking about something that literally everyone on the planet has had to
Has had to
experience
deal with,
themselves
yeah,
in
yeah.
one capacity or another.
Mhm.
And I mean,
you're
this,
gonna get a
this
lot
same
less
thing
sympathy for it from
Right,
the audience. In
it might not be that
Mhm.
funny for a lot of people.
Right.
You know, marriages were destroyed. You know, like, you know, there were a lot of people stuck in abusive relationships. There was a lot of negative, there were a lot of horrible things that actually happened at that time,
Yeah.
and it just it tightened
I
people
mean,
up
and
a
people
little bit.
died.
And,
You know,
and people
that-
motherfucking died.
You know?
And so it's kind of an odd thing. Like, I get the point.
I mean,
I just don't know if this was the right time.
I mean, we were going to get movies that directly
Reference lockdown.
reference
Yeah.
this, and we have before, and we will again.
We will
like
again,
just this whole situation, we're gonna have movies and media that come out that actually reference this whole situation. It's just maybe do something better next time. I guess.
Yeah, this was a very low effort movie.
Oh, I feel like there were a lot of good ideas.
Mhm.
Yeah, but like good intentions, end where
path to hell is-
execution begins.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
So.
but that scene with her pissing on her pants was hilarious.
it was
And then,
fun.
how they kept the water going even after they said cut.
Yeah, you can
They
stop
said cut to
now.
everybody else. Yeah.
There were some moments.
It had some chuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But it's a fun movie to think back about. I don't know if I would encourage anyone to actively watch it.
Yeah, sitting down and making
so-
it your main focus is kind of difficult.
Right.
But if
yeah.
you just want something on, that's fine.
So let's just
fine.
get to it. So how it looked.
Shitty.
They
They did a lot of bad green
Yeah.
screen on
But I
purpose.
think that
But
was
that's
intentional.
but does that make it look shitty?
Yeah.
Dude, that was my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
That it
My
had bad
favorite-
green screen all the time.
Because every time I saw a dinosaur, I just imagined it as a dude in a little
Yeah.
gray suit doing
Yeah.
this, and it changed the entire scene for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like that's
Right.
hilarious.
I mean, they
'cause
got
they're
the look
acting
of like
to him.
sci-fi channel shows.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
Right.
about what it kind of had.
Right.
Yeah.
If this movie coming out would have been like a straight to DVD release.
Yeah.
You know?
Straight to Netflix, man.
Straight to
yeah,
net-
it
yeah,
kind of
that-
is what it is. Yeah, yeah totally.
But
Just with that cast, its budget was up there.
Yeah.
I don't
Was it
know,
David
man.
Apatow?
With a lot of movies nowadays, it's really hard to answer the question of how it looked. Because did it look bad? Most movies are gonna look fine.
Yeah.
At the very least,
Yeah.
and that's kind of how I feel about it. It looks fine.
That looks fine.
Looks
Yeah.
fine for a Netflix movie. Looks fine.
Okay. How it sound? This one's hard because it is one of those
Well, if we're going off of the
TikTok videos.
no, the director like doing the monster sounds into
That
his
was
phone.
funny as fuck
And
because
then
he
later
actually
on
did.
in the film,
See, I'm
they
telling you.
actually used
Yeah, they-
those
Dude,
sounds.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
you heard it like the whole fucking time. And
Fred
you're like,
Armisen's the shit. That's
yeah,
really what that is.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And if you're not thinking about that, you're just like, okay, there's some weird monster sounds. But then once you see him recording them, then it's like, oh, you motherfucker. Like, that is so hilarious, man.
Screaming, mating.
Yep. That's good shit.
Okay.
So great.
So,
It sounded great.
So that was
See?
great.
See? Oh my god, this is where it comes apart. Like all of a sudden, it's gonna get good reviews. How it people? You see what I'm saying?
I had a lot of
It's-
good people.
It's fire
Had a
a
lot of good people.
dude.
I still do feel like it wasn't everybody's like
Best.
performance. Yeah, it's
I
not like
think
they
they
were
were just
trying that
having
hard.
fun.
They were just having fun.
just
Yeah,
Yeah.
because think about it. They didn't have paying all of them.
Uh-huh.
A lot of them probably did this shit pro bono.
Mhm.
You know, like that. That's a hell of a.
Well, they had a
cast.
shit ton of people pop in, like Maria Bamford,
Mhm.
and like they were talking about, John Lithgow,
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
like they were just in there
John
for a
Cena?
scene. Yeah, John
Yeah.
Cena.
Popping up
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It probably cost them a lot more just on the.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like the movie feels like Hollywood favors the movie.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
people owe people favors, or they're just like, we can't do anything right now anyway, or
Yeah.
whatever. Let's just make a stupid fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like why not?
Mhm.
Like whatever, dude. We're gonna throw it straight on Netflix,
Yeah.
and people are gonna watch it, and we're gonna make our money,
Mhm.
and that's just gonna be the situation.
Yeah.
It's not 40-year-old version, whatever, but it people's hard. Ooh, here you go. How it feel.
Ooh, like,
like
like that.
Beast.
It feels
6.
like yeah. Cliff
And
Beast.
7. They were gonna
And,
film the
yeah, they're
next
gonna
one
do
at
a
the same
7.
time.
They were doing them both.
I love that.
At the same
Because they
time?
announce it on like some interview where they're interviewing the whole cast, and they're just like, "Oh, this is good news. We're actually going to start filming right after 6. We're actually going
They're
to
like,
immediately
"Oh."
go and start filming
Dude, that was
filming number 7." And Claire flips. Like that's where she's
You know-
like, "No, I did not sign up for 7."
That just
You know.
reminded me. We skipped a major portion, where Beck comes out and sings
Yes.
"Ladies' Night."
Well, yeah, because they're having a performance for all of the people in the hotel.
Yeah,
you know, and
he's
it's
just
Beck.
up on a screen being projected on the back of like the mansion that they're staying in or some shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there were other people in the hotels. There's like a whole soccer team.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
It
in the
was. Yep.
hotel.
Uh huh.
What?
It's "Ladies' Night," man.
ladies.
That was
Beck
good.
ladies.
Yeah, that was good. Oh man, like I said, this anyway. Well, shit. How it do, Scott? How it do, Phil?
Did okay.
You know, look, I am happy that we watched the movie just to have this conversation.
Yeah.
You know, watching it myself and walking away feeling like I felt, I'd probably be like, okay, I'm just gonna forget about this. And
Yeah.
just leave it there.
But then you mentioned it
being
last
able to
week.
chat about it. That was your fault.
No,
Being able
whoa.
to- hey, man, that was you.
Hey, look, you didn't put the "the" in front of it.
I did. I said I watched the
you
bubble.
said
And
you
you
watched
said
Bubble. I watched.
we have it recorded.
Bubble.
We can go back and watch it. I
We
said
can.
I watched
Let's
the
do
bubble
this.
because I know the difference. You know what I'm saying? I know the bubble's not out yet, and I know that I watched the bubble. You know, and you said
Well, you popped
I'm
his
watching
bubble.
that tonight.
Is what you
Popped
did.
my bubble. That's what you did.
I aim to please.
Don't burst the bubble.
Don't burst the God.
You know, this whole thing was just burst from the beginning.
You really?
Yeah.
I thought the bubble that they were referring to initially, you know, just from the like little bit that we watched from the trailer, was like the bubble of making shitty straight to Netflix movies actually that
Oh,
burst.
wow.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? I thought there was like a meta there too as
Oh,
well.
wow. You were just firing on all cylinders. You were thinking.
Just, you know,
That was way more thought
making
that went into the
connections.
movie.
I mean,
That was way more
really,
thought.
right?
They didn't think that hard.
Because I mean, it coincides with exactly what they're talking about. You know, there were a bunch of shitty shows that were produced during exactly this time, which was a bubble in itself that burst.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it's very, very true. And so, should you watch The Bubble if you have literally nothing else to do?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have
You know?
nothing else to do, and you like
Literally.
these actors,
right?
if
Yeah.
you like these actors, I think it's
or
worth watching.
weed.
Just
If
'cause-
you like weed,
yeah,
it might
Yeah.
do okay for about 30 minutes.
you might get through
45.
this film.
You might.
You
know.
might.
Mm.
You might not.
I don't think Scott agrees. Scott's like, don't do it.
Nah, I don't know. You
Not
can
worth
always-
wasting time
You can
on.
always find something better to do, I feel.
Yeah,
There's
I
plenty
don't
of
know.
other shit to do.
Like, you know, those
It's
aluminum
not
foil
that
balls.
bad. It's
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
talking
can
about?
make a
You make the
aluminum
aluminum foil ball,
Or a rubber
polish
band
it.
ball.
You could,
Yeah.
go have a fucking root canal.
It's
Just
just,
Yeah.
there are
oh,
other
come
things
on.
you
It's
can
not
do.
that bad. It's
Not like this.
it's amazingly mediocre. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's
Yeah.
it's incredibly mediocre.
It's a 5.
3.5.
Really that high?
I'll give it a solid. Maybe because there are some funny moments. Like there's some shit that's
It's a
not
5,
funny in
man. It's a
execution.
5. It's on the
But
low
it's-
half.
Right.
Okay. It's
It's like a 5 - 1.
yeah.
You know, not quite a 4.
Not,
But
it's a 4 plus.
Yes.
It's a
4 plus plus.
Hard 3.
You know, for
hard 3. Okay. I mean, I don't even hate it, to be honest.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal alone, man. Like that he was great.
There's moments, but overall, I'm gonna forget about this.
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And when they all got locked down again and they all started like practicing weird shit and getting like
Oh, yeah,
really
totally.
good
Yeah.
at all the
Uh-huh.
like the roller skating scene. Apparently she's actually really big into roller skating anyway.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
so you
Mhm.
could tell.
Yeah.
'cause she was a monster.
She was actually
Yeah.
doing
yeah,
it. Yeah.
I was just like, Jesus Christ, she's
Mhm.
good. But yeah, you know, it's a jab at, you know, pop culture and a
Mhm.
jab at
Mhm.
Hollywood during the pandemic.
It feels like modern
movie
SNL humor.
It does.
You
It
know,
does,
that
which isn't a
level
good
of-
thing.
No,
No. It's
not a
that's
good
not a
thing.
good thing.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
but it does
They've-
feel like a
they've
lot
been
of
off
that.
for years.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah. And so I don't know. No sense in dragging this out. Tandy,
I thought
Tandy-
we don't talk to Tandy no more.
oh, did we not? I just figured that this is an opportunity for Tandy to say like, definitely watch this movie because
Yeah,
All right,
Tandy
Tandy.
is not
All right, Tandy.
on our team.
gonna ask
Or
you.
no way and be right.
Who should,
Oh, please.
should the folks at home watch The Bubble? The Bubble.
The
The
Bubble.
Bubble.
The Bubble.
Netflix is The Bubble. I told you.
What do you do?
This man said definite.
I told you. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? Take the batteries out.
He said definite.
Yeah, take
I
the
told
batteries
you,
out.
man.
I'm
I
gonna
knew
trade
it.
this
We're not
time.
turning you
I'm
back
gonna
on
trade this.
Tandy.
Oh my God.
All right, Tandy.
You did that just to be
You
a
did
dick,
that.
Every
Tandy.
time, yes. That was a test, man.
You're not an
Tandy fails.
executive decision box. You're just a dick box.
You're a big box of dicks,
Big
Tandy.
box of
You're
dicks.
the
We open you
biggest
up,
box-
and so many dicks will just fly out. Be like one of
Fuck
those
you,
like
Tandy.
snake
Can't even
cans
stuff
or
'em back
whatever.
in
Yeah.
there.
No.
Now
Too
there are
squishy.
dicks on the
Now
floor.
there are
Look
dicks.
at all these dicks.
Look at all these
all over
sticks, Tandy.
Oh, I think that's it.
That's
God,
it.
that's
All right,
it, man.
thank you guys
Uh-uh.
for joining us
Yeah.
on this adventure. And check back in with us next week. I don't know what we're gonna be doing, but you can
Does
follow
that mean
us.
it's my turn?
Yeah. Why not? Why the fuck not? What are we doing, Trey?
I think it is.
What are we doing, Trey?
I mean, I'm gonna make y'all do something that you don't want to do.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you gotta go to the movies. I want to talk
the
about
Batman.
everything,
Good.
everywhere, all at once.
Oh,
see,
really?
I'm down for
Okay.
that.
That's what I
I'm
want.
down for that. It'd be better than this fucking movie.
I mean, yeah.
But
Hey,
thank
man,
you guys so
this
much.
wasn't Black
Check us
Widow.
out.
This wasn't Black Widow, man.
Aha.
I don't know.
Call it.
I don't know.
Which one, man? Call it.
They're about equal.
What?
They're
Wow.
about equal in
What?
my eyes.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah,
That's hyperbole.
Black Widow may get because even though she wasn't great in that movie, it still had ScarJo in it. So I mean that's a win. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, follow us on Twitch, and check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcast, and iTunes. Thank you guys so much.
hit
for
that
being
follow
in
if
the
you haven't.
chat, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Later.